Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 82 of the MeepleCore Podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about board games, video games, music, and nerd culture. I'm your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Eric Ledford,
George Breden.
And in this episode, we give you our first impressions for the board games Lockup, A Role-Player Tale, Shifty Eyed Spies, and Fire in the Library. We discuss the whole Tapestry controversy and general elitism in the board gaming hobby. We go through our top 5 favorite games to play with 3 players, and much more. I have successfully made it through the intro without coughing.
Yay!
Well done.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sick, but we're doing this for you guys.
Trucking along.
Yeah. Matt is out because he just signed on his house and he had a lot of stuff scheduled for today and things got away and he just was not able to he wasn't able to make it, period.
But big congratulations.
Yeah. Congrats for him. And he's moving in Saturday, which hopefully I'll be able to help, but I don't know. It's the physical activity when you have a lot of sickness is bad. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, we're going to start this show off with a question. The question is, you are challenged to a 1v1 duel to the death. Which board game do you pick to play against your adversary?
1 versus 1.
So the game that you're most likely to win.
True. And and there's no real rules to this, but if you are picking it, just assume that your opponent is going to be good at it too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be like, I'm going to pick something that's so obscure that no one's played.
Oh, no, I've got it.
I mean, they get the rules, but they do have to play against you, their skill to your skill.
Well, right. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe you get a month to prepare or something so they can play it too. You know, it's not like they're going to come into this blindly and get taught. It's not like most of the tournaments at conventions. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, let's teach them as we're playing it.
Right.
Okay, well, I have an answer.
What's that?
Pandemic.
Oh, what?
It's co-op. They have to win with me or they die. So they're definitely going to try hard.
Won't you both die?
Yeah.
If we lose, we're not going to lose. It's pandemic. We can handle that.
Huh. I wonder if that's the rules.
No co-ops. No co-ops. Direct one-on-one competition here.
Okay. All right. In that case, for me, I'm going to play Fauna.
Because you know a lot about fauna.
I know.
Well, it's not just about fauna. It's about
I do know a lot about fauna, but I also have a strategy for that game. I've not lost that game yet.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's cool. Are you looking up your win percentages for your games? He's going through his...
Hell, have I ever lost this game? Nah, probably... I can't think of it right now. It's Arcane Wonders 2-player game.
Oh, Onitama.
Onitama.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I have a pretty high win percentage, I think. So I would pick that.
Yeah, you're good at that one. I would have killed you once, though.
I'll take those odds.
I don't know. I guess I would have to pick War Machine just because I do decently well. The only problem is
I don't want decent. You want better than decently well.
I gotta pick what I've got, right? I mean, I have a pretty high win percentage, but then I go to Gen Con and get destroyed. So
yeah, that's not good.
I mean, I did pretty well. I placed, I think, in 80 or 72 people, I placed 13. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I'm not winning trophies, but
probably this person's not either.
Well, yeah,
it's just a random person,
right? And if he's sporting a Privateer Press shirt and carrying brass knuckles made of warjacks, then I'm kind of like, maybe I'll pick something different.
Right.
So you're assuming the person you're playing against knows the game, like they're just as good as you are, or
I don't know.
You don't really know.
I mean, it's just a funny question. Actually,
it is. Like it'd be a tough choice.
I'm gonna try not to cough in the mic too much. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I was listening to the Dice Tower, and this is one of the questions. And typically, Tom doesn't like to answer these hypothetical, silly questions, but they answer this one
all the time.
That was funny.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's like if you're playing a game against death, like the Grim Reaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would you pick against the Grim Reaper? I just thought it was a cool concept of a question. Eric, you got some questions, right? Are these riddles?
Board game, yeah, somewhat.
Sure.
Yes. So, if YES spells yes, what does EYES spell?
Eyes,
yeah.
Got it. Next. If you have 3 apples, if there are 3 apples and you take 2, How many do you have?
You still have 3.
No, 2. You took 2.
Yes, 2.
I mean, how
That's
many
correct.
do you have?
Right.
Okay,
You
yeah,
took
you
2.
have
Yeah,
2.
he kind of asked that
Yes.
badly.
All right.
Well, I think it's a trick question. It's worded
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this on purpose.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Okay.
All right.
So if a bat and a ball cost $1.20 together, and the ball and the bat is $1 more than the ball, how much does the ball cost?
Well, we're supposed to say 20, but
25? But I feel like that's wrong. Why is what? Read it again. One more time. Here we go. Riddle me this, Batman.
I'm pretty sure 25 is wrong.
All right,
Go ahead.
The ball and the bat together costs $1.20.
Oh, $1.20. I thought you said $1.25. Keep going.
So it costs $1.20 for both of them together.
Yeah.
But the ball cost, or the bat costs $1 more than the ball.
Sure.
How much does the ball cost?
Oh, sorry. I got you now. Okay. So the ball costs, the bat's $1 more. The total cost is $1.20, right? So
60 cents.
no,
So it'd be $1.60.
no, it can't be. Yeah. It won't be 20 because if the ball was 20 and it was $1 more, it'd be $1.20 for the bat and 20 for the ball. It'd be $1.40. So that'd
So
be
the ball's free?
No.
Okay, no.
I'm sick.
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George is almost there, I think.
Yeah. No,
You got
it's
it?
math. But
Yeah.
I have the concept, but I'm not going to bother with the math.
All right. So it would be 10 cents.
Yeah.
It costs $1
$1
more.
more.
So it'd be $1.10 plus 10
10.
cents. It'd be $1.20.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay. That's it. That was my question.
All right. That's tricky. That one was better. That was
Yeah.
a good one.
That was
a good
that was
one.
the eyes one. Somebody had said that recently to me,
Oh, really?
like within a few weeks. So it's kind of funny. And I actually, now I think about it, I think it was you, Eric.
No, it wasn't me.
I'm pretty sure.
Are
you sure?
Yeah.
Did you just find this one like recently?
No, I've
Maybe it was
had
Zach.
it for a couple weeks, I think.
Hmm.
So spell silk.
SILK?
All right. And then what does cows drink?
Milk?
No, they don't.
No.
They drink,
Oh, yeah.
they drink water.
Yes.
Blood of other animals. Well, anyway, welcome to the MeepleCore Podcast, where we talk about silly things to entertain you, hopefully. Anyway, we'll make this part quick about what's been going on since the last 2 weeks. Eric, you start.
Well, played a couple games.
Since I'm coughing my head off over here.
Haven't really been doing much else, I guess. So, ended up playing, Old West Imperazzo. I'm not sure if I said that one right.
Impresario.
That's probably better. But it is a sequel to, Pioneer Days, which they're nothing alike, but it kind of follows that theme. And,
Yeah.
You know, in Pioneer Days, you're going out to the West. In this game, you're kind of building your town.
So you're already in the West.
Yeah, you're in the West, you're building a little village. And so I thought maybe more games should kind of do this, where you can kind of do a game day where you're kind of staying in the same theme.
Like, play all 3 centuries.
Something like that, right? Where something kind of
Yeah.
like flows through thematic, same artwork. So it's kind of like follows a story. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like the idea, but it's never really come off very well, has it? Because
Not yet.
like the second century isn't very popular. So, people would just go from the first to the third, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting because I like the century games and the concept to be able to take 2 of them together or all 3 of them or whatever.
Mash them together. Mhm.
Yeah. What it would be cool is if they also included a way to where it was almost like a campaign mode to where whatever you did in the first one, either you can take certain powers or point or something to the
From
next
first
game.
From the first game to the next.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right. I mean, that would be kind of neat. Or even if you don't do that, just like have something where I guess
like,
that.
Right. Like you played role player, played through that, made a character, and now you're using that character to go into a different game.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Something like
That
that.
would be awesome.
I would like that. Yeah. They tried some things like this. There was that series of games that were based on, sort of the love letter universe that AEG did.
Oh, those games are
Right.
Lost Legacy.
Right here.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no, I'm talking about the larger box games. It was
Never
like,
mind.
it was, I don't know, some kind of merchant games like, I'm not going to remember the names now because they were that impactful.
Huh.
But,
I think that would be awesome.
yeah, they never really caught on.
I mean,
It would.
you
be
kind
an
of do that with
incentive-
something like Fable Fruit, but Fable Fruit, you're playing the same game over and over.
Right.
It's not like you're taking stuff from one game to the next game to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a legacy, not legacy, but it's almost like a campaign style where you're going from scenario to scenario with stuff, but you're taking it from one complete rule set to another game's complete rule set.
Right. You finish off the game and it is a game on itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you end that game, whatever you did, makes a character or makes a civilization or whatnot that you kind of bring into a second or third game.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That would be kind of cool. The only thing I would not want is the winner of this game gets a head start.
I agree.
I don't want that.
It just maybe give you different starting powers or some kind of different layout. Sure.
Yeah, maybe the leader of the first game, like if we did Century, which I haven't played the second two, I've played the first one, but not the other two.
Right.
But it would be neat if it was something like, and it would have to be designed this way, but you win the first game and the winner of the first game gets to set like the value of whatever resource either up or down. And so it would change the strategy of the next game from the base set where maybe, I don't know anything about that game, but maybe like certain tokens are worth more points at the end of the game. Instead of just worth 2, they're worth 3 now. But the winner from the first game got to choose between like these 5 or 6 things that would alter that game almost like a variant. I mean, that would be kind of neat.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
I think you could do this sort of, with even Ticket to Ride, and you've got Ticket to Ride, and then the next time you've gone to Europe.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's ways to do this, but if it was designed that way, yeah, it'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's really ever come off.
Anyway, I played the second game. It was Valeria Card Kingdoms. Either of you guys played it?
I wanted to. Is it like almost like a Dominion style deck builder or something?
It felt very Dominion-like to me, just because how it's kind of set out has some of the kind of the same rule sets where the game ends after a certain amount of these sets of cards get bought out. But it is more like Machikoro and Dominion kind of mashed together almost.
Yeah.
Also, there's like a line of stuff, and you buy one, and a new card comes out.
Right. But in this game, you have, instead of like
dice.
one currency, you have dice. That, you're buying these citizen cards, and they have numbers on them 1 through 12. And during your turn, you're going to roll these dice. And so if you roll a 1, a 5, no, actually, let me change that. If you roll a 2 and a 5, everything in your tableau that's a 2, everything that's a 5, and everything that's a 7 is going to fire off. So it is going to give you more of a benefit.
Oh, it is very Machikoro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
More of a benefit.
You played it?
I've not played it, but I know that it came out just after Machikoro, and they sort of took that idea and ran with it. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were designed at the same time, but it's that sort of thing where it has such a...
It was so close together.
Right.
So it's kind of like, so-and-so's developing a roll and write. Oh, guys, get on it.
Everybody.
We could do that in 10 minutes.
So on this game, you get a bigger benefit when you do it on your turn, and everybody else gets a sub-benefit if those numbers hit any of their citizen numbers. And then on your turn, you have 2 actions. You can slay one of the monsters on top. You can buy another citizen to put in your tableau, or you can buy these Dominion cards. Or domain cards. Dominion. I keep on doing that. But you buy these domain cards that give you either like a one-time effect, or it gives you, victory points at the end of the game. So I enjoyed it.
Cool.
It sounds like an improvement on Machikoro for me.
It is.
Well, anything else, or is that pretty much
No, that's it.
just work?
Yeah.
That's fair. What about you, George?
Been doing a lot of work, but also doing some gaming. I haven't actually been doing a whole lot of gaming. I've been receiving some games. So I received
just as good.
Yeah, no, almost better.
Right.
Kickstarters,
yes. I received the Kickstarter for Warehouse 13. And this is a show that was on the Sci-Fi Channel. Mm-hmm. And so they have this board game now. And it's...
I thought you asked me to watch it real quick.
Did you watch it?
I kind of looked around for it, but I couldn't really find it. I think it's...
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Only on Amazon Prime?
Oh, I don't know if it's only there, but it's certainly there.
Gotcha. And it's an older show, isn't it? Because I haven't watched it.
It is an older show. It has a bunch of episodes, though. I think it was pretty popular. I didn't watch it at the time. I've started watching it since I saw the
you got the game.
Kickstarter. Yeah.
Cool.
And, it's really kitsch. Like it's just campy, real campy kind of, show. And at first I was really turned off, to be honest, but I stuck with it because I should know something about it because of the game.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, it's sucked me in. Like now it's like a guilty pleasure, like to watch the show and it's a pretty predictable story arc every time. But the characters are amusing and it's just something to have on in the background. I like it.
Cool.
And I think the game's going to be really good. It's a sort of Battlestar Galactica sort of, somebody's the traitor, you have things to do, and in this game, there's other ways to obfuscate what you're doing. I think other than Battlestar Galactica, you're sort of limited in what you can do, and it can really, ruin a very long game if you get figured out really quickly.
Yeah.
So I think this solves those issues really well, and I'm excited to try it.
Sweet.
So there's that one, and then also I just received a notice that this game is on the way, but I'm more excited about this one. It's called Freshwater Fly. And it's a game by the designer of Coldwater Crown and Paradox. And if this one is as good as those, this guy will be turning into one of my favorites because those are great games. And this one is a game about fly fishing that has a lot of different mechanisms going on that seem very clever. The art is gorgeous. It's an unusual theme. I think it's going to be really nice.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not many games about fly fishing.
No,
not enough, right?
I don't know any of them.
Yeah, that might be the only one.
No, this one, check it out. It seems really good. It's got, this sort of real kind of mechanism that you're working on, and then like how far you cast out, and do you cast next to the rocks or not? And there's like a flow, like a river flow. I mean, it's really, it's very clever how it's all integrated with the theme. And I think that's what this designer's kind of known for, or at least to me. And then, another one that I received in the mail, is, sort of the only real train game that I have now, and it's Irish Gauge.
So, did you get that?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully
I'm
it's
excited.
good.
Yeah. See if I can build a train from Dublin to Galway.
Right.
Nice. Anything else or?
No, those are the main ones. I watched The Dark Crystal, the first couple episodes of that.
I heard that's, well, go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's kind of how you remember it if you ever saw the movie. It's very juvenile, but it's gorgeous. The puppets are so well done, and the scenery, the background, the lighting is spectacular. And I have a friend who Michael, and he said that after a while he stopped thinking of them as puppets and just started thinking of them as these weird alien creatures, and that helped, with the immersion. But it really is enjoyable. And I think it's going to be another one of these that sort of, as we go along, I get into it more and more, because at first I was kind of turned off by, okay, yeah, this is pretty obvious.
Puppets.
Yeah. It's puppets, and the characters are pretty one-sided, of course, and all that. But then as it went along, you start, it really focuses on the Skeksis and sort of their characters, which they're sort of the more fun ones anyway. So I think it's gonna be good.
Do you remember watching the Dark Crystal
Vaguely
movie?
But as I started watching this, on, what is it, Netflix, I think?
Yeah.
I started remembering it more and more and thinking, oh yeah, it wasn't that good, was it? But then, as I went along, I thought, no, I can actually kind of get into this now, so.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I've been playing more of Your Town, that graphic novel adventure game, since I've been sick for like a week. I hadn't really felt like trying to figure puzzles out and stuff. So I haven't really progressed that much, but I am almost done. You basically play it over 12 months, and
Real months.
well, kind of.
What?
You play, you take on the role of being the mayor in the game. And as you're doing it, he's like, basically the sheriff's like, I'll give you a year to turn this place around. So as you go around and explore different areas of the world, or of this area that you're in, you do things, and you come back and you'll see one of the different cells of artwork or whatever will have a stopwatch, and it basically says a month has passed. And when that happens, you go back to like this kind of like a nexus where you get to choose what you want to go into next and what page number it is and everything. But each time you go back there, there's a couple of cleanup things you have to do. Like you get to go around your town and talk to people. You get to get income. You get to build your city. You kind of do that at any point anyway. But typically I've been waiting until I go back and then I just buy everything at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool. I'm about, I think 8 months into it now. And so I only have 4 months left.
It sounds more involved than these sorts of games usually are. That sounds nice.
Oh yeah. It's not as involved as old choose your own adventure books where you have like all these stats and everything, but it's more involved than like an unlock game or and stuff like that. You know, even all the other graphic novels where you're just writing down notes or maybe an item or two that you have with you. This one, you actually have an entire town that you're building, and that's okay. But I mean, we'll pass it around and play it, and then we'll talk about it for sure. And I like it, but I don't know.
Are you getting better at it? Are you getting better at dropping the pencil on the book for the gunfights?
That's garbage. I don't like it at all. I know some people are going to like it. It's a fun concept. It just doesn't work very well, because if I'm in a restaurant or eating fast food or something like that, or I'm sitting down playing it somewhere that doesn't have like a leveled surface, then you're holding it on your lap and pulling the pencil up, and then, you know, you move your leg when you drop it, you know.
Sure, yeah.
You just do weird things that almost like, oh, I'm not going to pretend that one counted, you know. But
that one counted.
That's kind of like cheating.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Old-timey pistols were tremendously inaccurate.
That is true.
I don't know. Wild West, those revolvers, those are pretty, I mean, there's a reason why there were sharpshooters at that point. Those. Well,
you got to practice,
right?
Oh yeah, but I'm not my guy.
Inefficient your gun is.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not shooting a gun in this game. So
6 inches to the left. You know that.
So I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think it makes the game crap, but I just don't prefer that style of combat. I would have rather provided my own die or dice and then add stats to it when I rolled.
Right. Something more fulfilling, I guess, than...
Well, it's something that doesn't rely on me to be in a perfect situation in order to do it.
Mm-hmm. I just don't like the sound of it when you said you either hit them and you live or you miss and you die.
Yeah, most of the outcomes...
That I don't like.
Really?
Most of the outcomes you die. I don't think this game... I'm kind of getting in more of my thoughts, but I will say I don't like the insta-kill stuff.
Yeah.
Because you do something wrong. It makes sense in other games in this type of mindset because... You know, choose your own adventure games, you go down this path. Okay, you died. Okay, well, all I'm doing is rereading stuff.
Right. I'll go back to 73. I'm not going to choose that.
Right. But in this one, you're supposed to. I mean, obviously, all of them you're supposed to. But in this one, it's like the actual rules are if you die like that, you rip up your character sheet in your whole town that you built and you like do it again.
Right.
So, no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, that's pretty much choose your own adventure as well. You're not supposed to go back to the last page. That's
what I'm trying to say is in choose your own adventure, typically you don't have an entire town that you've been designing and building for you just to die and waste all that time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But no one's going to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to go back to the last page and be like, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they should make outcomes where maybe you don't die and you have to...
You get hit points and you get hurt or something.
Right. Or I don't know. Any other option.
I don't know. Life is precious. Gunfights have consequences.
They do.
They do, but at least make me a little bit more uninvolved in the outcomes. A roll the die, if I just had really good stats and I chose a character that was really good at shooting, that's what I did. Thankfully, I don't think you really do the combat that much, or at least I haven't. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Anyway, we'll talk about it more once we get everybody else to play it. I've been playing a few games of Drop It. So
Drop It.
That's pretty fun.
Like it's hot.
Yep. If you haven't played this, it's pretty fun. You just drop in different shapes into this big stand-up thing, almost like checker or a Connect 4 style thing.
But clear plexiglass.
Yeah, but like a clear plexiglass. And the idea is you get 4 different shapes. You have multiples of each. You don't want to touch a shape towards the same shape or towards, or touch another shape of the same color. So if I'm dropping a blue square, I don't want to touch a blue piece and I don't want to touch a square. If I do, it's worth nothing. Otherwise, wherever it lands, it gives me points. And that's pretty much all the rules. You just take turns dropping. So it's really fun. But I've been playing Keyforge even more than that.
Oh,
I probably play Keyforge about 3 to 4 times a week now.
Mm-hmm.
And,
you have a lot of decks.
I do have a lot of decks. I don't have that many. I have 12, which is still like,
that's a lot of decks.
Yeah.
That's still enough decks to have a good time. I don't know. I'm just really enjoying it. Like really enjoying it. It's grown on me quite a bit now that I'm like, I know a lot of the cards and what to expect, and I can just read a checklist and kind of get a better grasp at what the game or how that deck might perform.
Right. How your deck will perform. And not only that, you can kind of look at the deck of someone else and kind of know what they're able to do to you, and you get ready for that.
Exactly. And other than that, now that I've been sick for a week, I've mostly been spending that time playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Switch. So that is me. Matt is not here, so we're going to go on to some news, which is very sad because the first one is totally all Matt and I. But Hasbro now owns the rights to Death Row Records and all kinds of
really weird, but all right,
and all kinds of metal albums like the Hatebreed albums and Opeth, and so they have the rights to all these different albums.
Okay,
but what happened was they actually purchased Entertainment One, which is eOne. So it's, excuse me, this is going to happen a few times. Sorry. It's the entertainment company that owns the rights to this stuff.
Yeah.
But they bought it because
it's like Disney owning everything.
Well, they bought it because this company owns like PJ Masks and one of the other like cartoon things. I can't remember which one it is offhand, but basically they bought it probably just to own that because they can make a ton of board games and a ton of merchandise and toys and everything like that. I don't think they bought it to release a Tupac board game.
You know how well that would sell though?
It probably would.
Yeah, they should absolutely do that.
And they could do like a Hatebreed. This would be funnier if Matt was here, but a Hatebreed board game where basically you're just in a circle pit punching each other. It'd be great. So anyway, we'll move on from that.
We're going to pitch that to Hasbro.
But everybody on the internet in the metal world, like the metal genre of music, was flipping out because they're like, what? You know, that's pretty cool.
Flipping out in a, like, this is bad or this is good.
Like what? Like WTF, mate. Like they did it.
They said mate.
And it's mostly because the way it was presented, according to metalsucks.net, which is a fantastic name. The article was it's basically written it up as if, they bought it for Tupac and Hatebreed and all this other stuff, whereas really just bought it for like PJ Masks. Anyway, the WoW Classic servers launched. There's thousands of people in queue, just like it was when it originally launched in 2004. I think that's when it came out. Yeah.
Don't know.
Yep. Anyway, Matt is not here for that one either. So I don't have my like the person to relay it or what is it?
I don't know, but I can comment on it actually.
Sure, go ahead.
My brother plays this game. Like the original one, like his, he's just played it since, and every time they come out with a new thing, he just keeps playing it.
Yeah.
So now they've gone back and restarted it or whatever.
Right.
He said that
Classic.
he said that the players are just too good now, and like a group of people just goes back and they just solve it right away, or go through the game much faster than what it used to be. So it's not as fun. Like he's not going to do it. It's not fun for him.
No, that's fair. I mean,
I've played a couple classic servers. It'll stick around and there's a player base for it. Absolutely. But I don't know. Not for me.
There's a player base and I really enjoyed playing WoW Classic when it was out, WoW Vanilla and the first two expansions. That was kind of like the golden age of WoW to me. And then it switched to something different. And I'm not saying the new stuff is bad. It's totally different though. It's more catered to a casual audience and allowing everyone to see all the content. And then they made the difficulty levels to each dungeon and raid to where you can change it and go in and get better gear. And some of the appeal to me on MMOs is being good enough or being able to commit to a guild that raids in order to see content you normally couldn't.
Oh yeah.
And I guess I can see the point where it's like, if I don't plan on raiding, now I can't ever see this zone.
Well, I think my brother's point is that the people who are playing it are so good now that they just go right through it.
What I was going to say is the difficulties and the mechanics of the bosses in the new content is vastly different than it was in the old content because they are doing just a phenomenal amount of mechanics and things that are happening that you have to quickly think on the fly. And there's all kinds of stuff going on. There's not as much of that in the old content for the bosses. So they are much easier and much more simplistic. Yeah, cause this kind of rolled off the coattails of EverQuest. And EverQuest, mostly everything was tank and spank. You just throw your tank up there and everybody just shoots it as much as you can. And really the game was, can the healers keep the tank alive? And then your plan B is, can the healers keep your off tank alive? And then if that,
well, you get the tank back up.
Yeah. And if that doesn't work, then you wipe. But that was like most of the raids in EverQuest to a degree. There was some things that were slightly different, but when WoW came out, a lot of the bosses were kind of the same, except maybe they had like a Nixia, which is a dragon, she would fly by and do all these like fire sprays and the lava, or actually that's a different dragon. Now think about it. She would have all these eggs that would hatch and stuff, and you'd have to deal with those. And that was really cool. And fighting Molten Core was really cool and everything. But some of the raids that are in the later game, the last 3, maybe even 4, pretty much since Ice Crown, which is, there's not that many expansions. So like the last half of the game, basically at this point, has had a lot of really cool interactions and mechanisms. It's like layers of mechanisms going on. Mm-hmm. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, you got everybody, all geared up. You got to give them something to strive for. I
think what he's saying, and I agree with him, is people could go into the raids now naked and still do well.
Yeah, because they know all this stuff. Yeah. I know how to do this.
Could they just run in like, Leroy?
Right, exactly.
Follow me.
A couple of other quick little things. There's a new Orleans game coming out called Orleans Stories.
Yep.
It's a standalone for 2 to 4 players, and it's a storytelling experience.
Pre-ordered.
Though. I didn't even know you owned the base game.
Too expensive, but I pre-ordered it anyway.
It's not, you don't need it's not an expansion.
Oh, it's standalone.
It's a standalone. It plays nothing like it other than the fact that you're drawing your pieces from the bag. But it's like,
is it a standalone?
Yeah.
Oh, you pre-ordered it. You don't even know.
I would have ordered it anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a story. It has 2, it comes with 2 stories. There's more details online about what the stories are about and kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's a storytelling experience. So you learn, like you hear a story as you're playing the game, basically.
You play sort of the life and times of a particular town or whatever.
Yeah.
Medieval.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So from what I understand, I didn't put a lot of effort into figuring out all the rules for this, but it sounds like it's using the main concept of Orleans, where you draw from a bag and place things out, and then they resolve. But in the same sense that Altiplano wasn't an Orleans game, but it was exactly the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I kind of know what you're saying.
It had the same round concept, but it's a totally different game.
Yeah, prefer Orleans.
All right.
And this is even way more different than that. So
I think it'll be really interesting because you have all of this sort of ongoing story, and you sort of see the evolution of the not characters, but town as you go. And I think that'll be really cool.
IDW is publishing a comic book based on Rising Sun.
There you go. I'll read it.
It's written by industry legend Ron Mars and David Rodriguez. Illustrations by Martin Coccolo. It looks really cool, but I don't know anything about it. It just seems like
you like Japan. You like samurais. That's all you.
Yeah. Then you say comic book, and I'm kind of like, Is it a graphic novel adventure? No.
They could.
That would have been cooler.
Just put a bunch of comic books together and you have a graphic novel, don't you?
We have a graphic novel, but it's not a graphic novel adventure. Like Your Town.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying like actually have a game to it as well.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal.
That would. Oh, they missed a trick.
Yeah, you know what? I can't remember the actual company who makes these graphic novels, but Van Ryder Games is the publisher. It'd be cool if they got some licenses and did some graphic novels
for specific games.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Dope.
Like kind of like a Settlers of Catan.
All right, maybe not
graphic novel adventure. That would be cool.
They should do
a Settlers of Catan one out.
Detective City of Angels.
Sure.
Oh yeah, see, like something like that.
That's their IP. They could do it.
Yeah, they could just give it to them. Yeah, right. Well, draw it off.
Right.
That'd be great.
So, I mean, I think that would be neat. I mean, as far as I understand, all the content that they've done the graphic novel adventures for now has been like they made it up. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's one that's Sherlock Holmes, but that's kind of like public IP at this point.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Lastly, there is a new Azul game, Summer Pavillion. It looks like it kind of has the main aspect of Azul, but when you get the stuff, you put it in different formations.
Well,
I'll give it a try. I don't know. I heard the second one wasn't as good as the first, so
I think people are kind of torn on that. I think some people are really liking the second one. They don't like the first one, and then vice versa.
This one doesn't give me the same vibe because you're not really putting it into a grid and following, columns and rows as you were in the other. Now you're putting it in these sort of flower shapes.
That's what I meant. Like you still pick a spot, divvy it up or whatever, and then you put it on your board, but putting it on your board seems to be the different part. I don't know. There's a whole thing about it. I kind of read a little bit about the rules. If you look on Board Game Geek, it explains it in more details.
So they're gonna make a couple games with the Azul mechanic.
Yeah,
it's kind of like having the pandemic.
Yeah. No, Eric,
It's under the Pandemic Engine.
you should be into this, Eric, because it's several games sort of in a row. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
you do the walls, and then you do the floor, and then
There you go. Make a whole building.
yeah.
Now they just need a way to take stuff from
Bring
one game
from
and
another.
move.
That's right.
There you go.
Because it does say that you've built the stained glass. Now you're building something else, and
Or you can play,
Right.
each of the games and tally up your score for all three
yeah,
and have an overall winner.
I guess you could do that with the
That's a long evening.
Century games too. Well, let's talk real quick. Let's plug Humble Bundle, and then we'll move on to some games. Basically, if you're not familiar, obviously every episode we talk about Humble Bundle. If you want to support the show and get a lot of cool games and support charity, visit MeepleCore.com. Click on that Humble Bundle partner link in orange in the middle. This will take you to Humble Bundle. If you're not familiar with it, they have a bunch of different game and book, comic book, software bundles that usually have like 10 to 15 different things in it. And you get it for a pretty cheap price, usually like $15. You get 15 games essentially.
Oh, they have some great deals.
Yeah, they have some really good deals. Sometimes recently it's already done now, but they had the Horus Heresy package for Warhammer 40K. It was just, I think it was like 25 novels or something for like $15 or $14. So check that out. There's also Humble Bundle Monthly where it's $12 a month and it gives you access to 2 games initially. They're usually pretty good games. And then you get 4 or 5 of them later at the end of the month once that bundle ends. And that's a subscription, but you can cancel at any time. Typically I'll just subscribe, get my stuff and then cancel it. As well, if I remember to do so. But if you're willing to, if you want to support us somehow, just go on there, find some stuff. There's a video game development bundle right now. If you are into that type of stuff, a bunch of different, I believe it is different, books.
Books on how to develop games.
Yeah. So Unity 2018 Artificial Intelligence Cookbook. It's got a lot of stuff. You gotta be pretty smart, I guess.
Well, you would be if you read them all.
But yeah, learn how to code in C# in Unity 3D and a bunch of other stuff. So it even has Unity virtual reality projects. Bam.
There you go.
A lot of cool
Make us
stuff.
Games.
$15 and you get so much stuff. Anyway, really cool stuff. And if you want to support the show, get a bunch of stuff, go there and MeepleCore.com. Click on the Humble Bundle partner link. So we have 3 games for you this episode. As always, we have Lockup, A Role Player's Tale, Shifty Eyed Spies, and Fire in the Library. So the first game on our list is Lockup, A Role Player Tale.
And that is designed by Stan Kordonsky. The artists are Luis Francisco and Lucas Ribeiro. The publisher is Thunderworks Games. And that's, I think I should do this again.
Yeah, our normal guy, Matt, is out this episode, so we had our substitute. He'll get better.
Backup
next time.
announcer.
So Lockup is nothing like Role Player, except it just takes place in the same world. And basically the concept is during the Draugr invasion of Nalos, King Terran's loyal soldiers oh my gosh.
This is meaningless.
I'm so sick I can't even read. Anyway, the point is you're trying to control the most notorious gang in this cell block, and the king will come and release you, and you get to be awesome.
No, you get to go fight in the Coliseum.
Oh, that's right. You get to go fight in the Coliseum. That's like your passage
freedom.
to get your freedom.
Yeah, the king's not just going to release the
Well, that's fair.
criminals. Yeah.
It's unnecessary to know all that.
It's kind of dark.
It's kind of neat. Anyway, it's not a worker placement game. It's pretty much a area control game in which players are putting their different gang members on these different spaces of the prison.
I would almost say it's kind of like a bidding game.
Yeah, but it's more like area control because you don't.
Go ahead.
Hey, I got this. So you put your guys out on these different spaces, and then at the end of the round, you count up the points from each player who's put stuff in that space. Whoever has the most is going to win that space and do the first player or first winner or whatever. Usually, you're going to get some resources. Some of the spaces have like a second place. Some of them don't. Some of them have like last place. Some of them is first and second, and everybody in third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth or whatever get this. Well, there's only 5 players in the game. Point is, each space has its own scoring or way to give out its resources. There's also these little guys around the different spaces called goons They are essentially enemies that you'll recruit into your gang, essentially, but they're basically in-game scoring. And there's some items that you can purchase, and that's mostly what you're going to be spending the resources that you gather from the other spaces in order to get victory points to win the game. Some of the goons might have like in-game scoring is every green shield that you have is worth 2 victory points, and those symbols will show up on some of the items as well. So even though they're not worth a lot of points initially, they could be worth more if you collect enough goons to offset that difference or whatever. So basically what happens is you play this game over 6 rounds. During each round, there's 3 phases. And the first part is you're going to be placing your guys out. On your turn, you're going to choose a spot and you're going to place as many of your guys as you want. You typically have a 2, 3, 4, and a 5 power character, except in a 5-player game, you remove the 2. You also have 2 special characters as well. And we'll talk about those in a minute, but you choose a space and you can put as many people as you want there. So you might choose the smithy, which will give you iron, resource tokens if you win, but maybe I really need iron so I can buy this item that's over there. And that's the only resource I need. So I might put 3 tokens down in one go on the iron spot. Now everybody's like, man, that's a lot of points there. Cause maybe the other players want to divvy up their characters among the other spaces, where I'm mostly focusing on probably 2 spaces at that point. The cool part about it is during the round, when you put your characters out, 2 of them can be face down. So you can use it as a bluff because you have the 5, you can put your 5 face down and no one knows if you played your 5 yet because you might be holding it till last, or you might have it face down in another location. Each player is going to do this until everybody's put all their guys out. Then you're going to resolve all the spaces in numerical order. So you're going to have like the green resource, the blue resource, the gray resource. Then there's the commissary where you get to get a resource of your choice, which is pretty much one of the only ways to get gold. And the second place and stuff will be able to exchange resources, which is another way to get the gold, but you lose a resource in doing so. There's a space where you can buy the goons around the board, which again is the in-game scoring. Then the last space is how you buy items. There is one last thing. If you don't win any of those, the characters that you had at that location actually go down to the library, in which case you can get a book from the library, which is essentially a card that gives you a one-time played ability, play it and do this thing, and then you discard it. And then the other 2 things I'll mention, and then we can pretty much talk about it. There is a raid that will happen depending on how much suspicion is out there. So you want to be awesome, but you don't want to be so awesome that the guards just know you're a criminal, because as you're doing stuff, the goons come out and put suspicion at these different locations. And there's theme to it. Obviously, you're trying to work with these goons to do certain things, but maybe they're doing it shady and the guards catch on and like, what? You're trying to stab that dude. I don't know what the case is, but some suspicion cubes will be out there, and the winner of each space will collect not only the reward of the space, but the suspicion cubes that are there as well. That is where your spy special character comes in. Your spy is not worth any power.
He's a lookout.
Whatever. He's a lookout. So yeah, you're right. He is a lookout. It has a little icon of an eyeball instead of a power. So he's not worth any actual power for taking over the space or winning the space, but he also makes you ineligible to collect the suspicion, which if you're the first player, you're ineligible. It doesn't mean that no one gets it. It actually goes to the second player. Then you have the last guy that you have is actually, he has a fist, and his is equal to how many power cubes you get. There's one space on the board that will allow you to get first player marker and a power cube. And that's how you get those. He just ends up, if you dedicate enough guys to going there a lot, he'll get more powerful and more powerful.
Yep. You pump iron.
Yeah. It's the exercise yard. Anyway, but at any point during the end of the round, if enough of these suspicion cubes have been put out or collected by the players to where the pool of suspicion cubes is gone, then there's going to be a raid. Basically, the guards get really upset. They beat everybody back into their cell block. And the gang who has the most suspicion actually loses 8 points. The gang that has the second most suspicion loses 4. Obviously, there's differences for ties. And then you put all the suspicion cubes from the game back into that space, and then re-put it out for the goons for that round, and then you start the next round. So throughout the game, even though it's only 6 actual rounds, there will be a couple of raids depending on how much suspicion comes out and players collect. But regardless, there's always going to be one raid at the very end of the game, no matter what happens. Anything else I guess we could just mention while we're talking?
Yeah.
But I think that pretty much covers it. Eric, tell us what you think about Lockup.
Oh, I did.
Or just some things in the morning.
Right. I would say
Ping pong back and forth.
I did kind of like the bidding mechanism in it, because to me that's kind of what it feels like when you're going after a certain spot. Not necessarily is it just area control, but you're also deciding, how much did you bid or put into that spot, and depending on which spot that you're jockeying for, you might have to overbid or underbid to get something that's let them take first place, and I want to be second.
You might particularly have to overbid in this game, because unlike an actual auction, you get one shot. Right. You can't go back to the same room to bid again. You put down what you put down, and that's it.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. So next time you can put guys on
that allow you to go back. But yeah, in general rules, you can never go back to where, you put down previously.
Yeah. For that round.
So, that's one part I did like about the game. One part that I didn't really care for as much is, just the lack of suspicion that was passed around. And by having a lookout, it really felt like, I didn't have to worry about a lot of suspicion during the game, because, I'm going to go here. That place has suspicion. I'm going to use my lookout. Everywhere else I go this round, maybe, I'm not worried about suspicion, because I'm going to go to these other places, secondary places that doesn't have suspicion this round.
Well, the weird thing you say about that, I actually kind of like it for the same reason.
Oh, yeah.
Because if there was a lot of suspicion, then it would be too easy to hide in the shadows until somebody gathers a ton and they just start doing all kinds of stuff. The fact that the raids always happen and the person who had the most usually was like 4.
Right. Not that many.
You're almost still, you're always scared.
Yeah. Fewer. 4 would be maybe max. Maybe 2 or 3 is sometimes.
I'd say 3.
Yeah.
But that's cool though, because you're always nervous about gaining suspicion at all times.
Right.
Whereas if you got like 6 and then there's a spot that only had 1, who cares? I'm going to go there. Getting 1 actually is terrible. Because it could,
right.
Because it could raid. So I think that's actually part of the fear factor built into the game. Because in our game, there was 3 raids, I believe.
No. Just 2.
Was there just 2?
There's 1, maybe 3/4 of the way through the game, and then we had 1 at the end.
Right at the end. There's always 1 at the end.
Yeah.
So it didn't play a huge role.
That's a third though. I mean, a third of the rounds.
When the people who were hit by the raids, it was a massive blow to their score.
I would rather have more suspicion out, and it happens more often without having it being a massive blow.
I like the suspicion sort of. The way that it works is fine. What bothered me about it was the fact that the people who lost out at various locations, then they go to the library and they read some books, and somehow out of doing that, they get a card that says, give a suspicion cube to somebody else. And it's just like, I have no control over that. Here, bam, I get a suspicion just because you happen to want to give me one. Wow, that's terrible. And I have
it could be hurtful, right?
It's bad.
You could kind of, because there's not a lot going around, you can, by getting that card, or there's some goons that let you remove your suspicion or give it to somebody else, which is actually pretty powerful because there's not a lot of suspicion.
Yes, it's really strong.
Being put around.
Yeah.
It has, I guess what I'm saying is it has more take that than I typically like in a game. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just for me.
I agree with that. I think there is a little bit of take that with the suspicion cubes because the suspicion cubes are such a fear factor. I mean, you don't want to have 2. If you got 2, you got too many.
Yeah.
Right.
1,
you got too many.
1 you can kind of deal with.
Right.
Yeah.
2, you're like, oh man, I'm so close. It's a bad, because if you get 3, you're probably going to be second place at best, or
at worst.
At worst, yeah. Because most of the time, I think 4 is a lot. There seems to be a lot of ties.
I don't think anyone had 4. I think we had fewer than 4 every time.
That's fair, and so I kind of like that because everybody is always right there on the edge. It's not like somebody gets really destroyed and has like 15, and then you're like, yeah, I'll go here even though if I get 6, but I don't care. So I think it's a good way to do it. Now, whether or not you like to take that aspect, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that totally. But the way it is implemented, I do like.
Yeah.
So ponder me this. Without the lookout, right? If you take out the lookout, I don't know if this is a variant or anything, but if you take out the lookout, there'll be more jockeying for position in different scenarios where, you really need iron or whatever it is. But to take that iron is going to cost you 3 suspicion, which is going to be bad for you. but you see someone else also wanted iron, and they already went there. So now you're trying to really jockey in position to maybe get second, and have them get first place and take all the suspicion.
There is no second place for iron, but I get what you're saying.
Right. For whatever, each one of these places has a little bit different on how it's going to pay you out.
For instance, like the sewers, first place gets 2, second place gets 1, everyone else gets nothing and goes to the library.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about like that space specifically. Maybe you're trying to jockey into position for second.
Right.
But I kind of like the lookout specifically because how well you can bluff with it.
Which most of the time you can't really.
Oh,
is what
yeah,
I'm
you can. What are you talking about?
Because either you have it out and you're like, okay.
The spy never goes face up, Eric.
Okay, fine. You put it face down.
No, that is true.
I think actually,
they don't. Sometimes. But
actually thinking about it
I'm going to keep
again,
calling it the spy.
Right. The spy now. If you put your spy face up,
it is. You're right.
If you put your lookout face up. Now people don't really know what you have underneath of it.
That's amazing.
You can put that down. You're right. That's if you put your lookout face up. Most of the time, people weren't even doing that. They were putting their lookout face down, and they were putting their 4 or their
bad
3
plays.
up. But that's what we did a lot of times.
It did happen.
But
sometimes.
yes, that was bad play because there's 2 suspicion on that spot. You already know what they have on the bottom or hidden is their lookout.
Yeah, but you can kind of play that against them too because, for instance, if they're going towards a space that has like 2 suspicion and they got their spy there, but they went somewhere else, just don't play it. Let them have it, but get the suspicion. And then everybody goes towards the iron or the scrap or whatever you're going after and puts their spy in the same spot so no one gets that suspicion. Mm-hmm. But then you give them all the other suspicions. They might get more resources, but they're going to offset themselves with how many times they get hit in the raid.
Okay.
Or we're talking about you don't get it because you have your lookout.
Here's a new variant.
Are you saying it's like an easy way out?
Right. It is an easy way out. It's like I'm putting out my lookout. I don't care about suspicion there. You already know what I have down there, or I have one token down there. So without a lookout, we can be jockeying for the position, and you're trying to get me to take suspicion. I'm trying to get you to take suspicion. Instead, where it comes down to, I'm going there. I have 1 token, and obviously my lookout. If you're going to go there, you're going to take your lookout as well. No one's going to get suspicion.
I'm just going to say, this is why I did so well. I'm not trying to gloat, but my lookout was almost never face up. I always kept it face down because you don't know. If I go after a space and I put my 4, did he put his 5 down too? Because he didn't put his 5 down. Why didn't he put his 5 down? It's only 2 suspicion. Did he really want it?
If there's suspicion on there, you put your guy out.
No, I took suspicion. I got hit by the raid both times.
I know.
No.
That was me.
Right.
No, I got hit by the raid too.
Okay, but I got
maybe
the
second
last
place
one for sure.
Maybe second on one of them.
No, I think I got first place on the first one and second place on the second one.
I don't know.
Anyway, you did nail it though. You killed it in the game. You really did play a good game.
I just think the lookout is your best bluffing piece. Of course, I was also bluffing with the brawler or whatever he's called because mine was terrible. We played with the advanced rules. I forgot to mention this. There's a backside to all the player boards that you kind of start off with different things.
Yes.
Like you can only carry over so many resources from round to round.
Mm-hmm.
Each player has a different varying amount of those slots they can put stuff in. They might start off with more victory points than other people to offset maybe how hard it is for that character class, or because each player is playing like a race, like goblins or whatever.
I would say I'm not sure on how that's kind of balanced either, because I had somebody that can carry a lot of stuff. Perfect. But, Melissa only had someone that could carry 3 things, which made hers harder to play. So I guess they probably did balance it out by giving her more victory points up front.
They did.
But it made it a lot harder to play her character.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I think that's more of like a first play issue than it is like an imbalance because...
Well, it just changes on...
Like, I think I can hold 5, and I never carried more than 3. And it's just because I bought so many items.
And there are items that you can buy that increase the amount that you can carry.
Right.
So not beneficial for me, but yeah, beneficial for Melissa that could only start off with 3.
Right. And they're not expensive, so if you want to go that route, you can.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my idea for a variant.
All right, let's do it.
Our home rule specialist here.
That's right. We play the game. Every token goes face down, and you don't have a lookout. You have a snitch. And the snitch adds a suspicion to that spot.
It also allows you to look at the other player's tokens there.
No.
Oh.
No, but like you could look around the table and be like, Eric's definitely going to get, iron this time. And 3 people realize that and they all put their snitch there.
Yeah.
So Eric goes there and all of a sudden he's got like 5 suspicion.
There you go.
And everything else is face down. So, you don't know what's going on.
More of a bluffing game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the way it is. I mean, it's a variant. If you want to play it like that, that's cool. There's another game called Farlight that kind of does the same idea where you put your tokens down.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
I can't remember, but I think all your tokens are hidden in that. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's what
maybe it's 3 of the 5. Mm-hmm. It's something like that, but it reminded me a lot of that. If you're a fan of Lockup and you like the idea of what's happening with placing your characters out and trying to control each thing and
bluffing.
And bluffing with a couple characters that you can put face down.
Right.
It's the exact same thing that's happening in Farlight, but it's a totally different game. You're basically just trying to buy parts of ships and put them together and build and go on these missions. But it's a really cool concept that I don't think is used that often.
No. It is a good concept.
Yeah.
It's used pretty often.
That part, you really think so?
Yeah, there's Aladdin's Dragons uses it where you put tokens down and you don't know the value right until the end.
Well, either way, it's not like deck builders. It's not. It's
main mechanic.
Francis Drake uses it
lightly, but yeah. Isn't it mostly like just when you go out to sea?
Yeah, which is half the game.
Yeah, but that half seems like it's a lot lighter than the first half of the game.
Okay, there's Estoril 1941. Spy game where you go around and anyway,
name them all. It's a far less. It's still like
how much time we got?
A low, low percentage in gaming in general.
Far less than deck building. Yes,
it's far less than deck building. It's a cool. I like it enough to want to see it in more games.
I think it was well done in this game.
Yes. What do y'all think about the artwork?
I was going to say that. I did like the artwork. It's a touch above role player. I like the role player box cover, not necessarily the character sheets. But
is it not pretty much the same as role player?
I think it's all the exact same art. I mean, it has its own unique art to it, but like the style is all there.
I would say that's the only link to role player.
It is.
Well,
other than the D&D
story, my air quotes here, and then the different classes and stuff. It's just very basic fantasy is really what it is.
Right.
No, but I'm not saying it in an offensive way. It's just it's basic fantasy,
I was actually going to talk more about the artwork on the item cards, and some of the items were pretty funny. So
like the teeth brush.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they had Lucky Coin, and it looks like it, has a shank in it or whatever. So.
Yeah, the art is very nice for those. The humor in the art is nice.
Yeah, it's definitely very concocted items in a prison that you would use to hurt other people.
Yeah.
With funny
prison contraband.
Yeah, with funny names, punny names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did good with that.
What about the components?
Nothing detrimental. I thought they were all fine.
No, I guess it comes with these Scrabble boards, which were
what?
It's almost like the Scrabble tile holders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You put your guys up and they kind of face you at a 45-degree angle.
Right.
So you can see what you have, but you can't see the other person.
Yeah.
It wasn't a necessity, but it was nice.
It had like an insert. The plastic had like a see-through gel looking thing, and you put
it like that. Right.
Completely unnecessary, but yeah, nice.
It was pretty neat. It it simulates your characters in jail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing I really would have wished is if instead of character like cardboard square chits, if they were actually pieces of wood with stickers on them to give them a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
Because when you put them on the board, it kind of, not that the artwork is really busy, but it's very definable because each room has like a color. Like this is the green room, like the sewers. So it's got a lot of green stuff going on. And the next room is, what is it? The next room is blue.
The red room and blue room.
It's easily it's easily to differentiate it when you see it on the table. But when you start putting guys out, it's really hard to kind of tell the different characters.
Yes.
Even though backgrounds of the characters are like purple and green and such, if they were on like a purple piece of wood and they had like a 3D element to it, I think it would have been a little cooler.
Stands out more.
Yeah. So,
Well, I mean,
component upgrade.
The components, yeah, definitely. You could bling this out. You could have like a 3D printer and just print out little figures for each of the guys with the number on the bottom, because it doesn't change. That character looks like that, different than the rest of the people on your team, and it's always that number. Mm-hmm. Oh no, because you can't do that with the spy.
If you accidentally knock him over.
No, it'd be obvious where your spy was.
Yeah.
Darn.
Oh yeah, spy.
That's too bad.
It's his graphic. You don't know that. But
okay, so other than that
wasn't thought out.
Yeah. So just discs.
Anyway, I think it's really good. You want to do final thoughts or anything last that you want to add?
No, I ended up liking it. I don't want to say there was overly a lot wrong with the game. I would change a couple of things, but overall I liked it. It was a good time.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's one of these games that has a theme that I don't particularly like, but it does what it does really well, sort of like Waterdeep and, sort of a gateway.
Not your theme,
experience.
But cool.
Not my theme. It's cool. I'm sorry it's such a good game because I don't really care for the theme.
That's fair. I really like the theme. I mean, mostly because Role Player was very nostalgic, obviously. Keeping it in the same world, it just was, I think, more of an easy decision for them to make. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool. And I don't know if I'd play it with 5 players much, simply because the length of the game is probably a little bit longer than I would have liked.
I'll agree.
With 5.
Okay. I'll agree that it went long. It went long.
It did go long at 5.
I think 4 would probably be great. I mean, it wouldn't dramatically reduce it because everybody does get one more guy. They get your 2 power character. But I don't think that's really going to really be that big of a deal.
Even 3 or 4.
As you go around,
3 would be nice too. Yeah.
And you have to place out, into one room, and that's your only chance to go into that room. It means there's more of a tendency for AP to happen. So if you have players that suffer from AP, it's gonna happen.
Which we do.
George and I we're causing a ruckus.
Yeah,
that's fine. But anyway, all right. So we done with this one?
Yep.
Yeah, good one.
All right, good one. I recommend it. And that's Lockup, a role player tale. So the second game on this episode we're going to go over is Shifty Eyed Spies.
The designer is Prospero Hall. The artists are those at the Forest Pruzan Creative, and the publisher is Big G Creative.
A sneaky game of sending signals. Basically, this is Awkward Eyed Spies, but we'll get there. Yeah. In Shifty Eyed Spies, each player is going to have a hexagon tile in front of them that shows your player color. Excuse me. There's going to be 4 locations that you put in kind of roughly the corners of your play surface. And these are stand-up representations of locations. Like there's a fountain, there's a like a newsstand, there's a cafe. Can't remember the other one, even though I'm looking straight at it. Oh, it's the subway. And then each player gets these 3 binocular tokens, which we'll come back to. And there's 2 decks of cards. There's a deck of character cards that is basically going to be all the characters in the game that you're playing with. So you take out the ones that you're not playing with.
Right.
Yes. You have your character color in front of you, but it also shows a picture of your character, and that's what shows up on the cards.
Yes. It's I think up to 8 players. So you take out the ones that you don't play with. There's also a deck of locations, which is essentially just the 4 locations that are out there. And you're going to have one of each of these. And the game does go in a turn order. Mm-hmm. However, the game also has a real-time element on top of that you're going to be also doing. So when it's basically not your turn, you're going to look at your 2 cards and it's going to tell you something. 1, what player do you need to get the attention of? Maybe I have the red card and that's Eric. So I need to get his attention to let him know that I have his player card. Mm-hmm. So I'll look at Eric and the whole game mostly says to wink at people. So I'll give Eric a wink or a nod or, kind of like I'll stare at his face for a few seconds or whatever. It's just something.
You're making contact as a spy.
Making contact. Once he acknowledges that, Tim has my character card, Eric has a location card that he's going to try to signal to me to meet him at. So I look at Eric and he's kind of looking over at the newsstand a few times. And I'm like, okay, cool. Anyway, that's the real-time element that's going on.
He's letting you know the location of the drop.
Yeah, the drop.
Meet me here.
Yeah, this is where the good stuff's at. Anyway, on the turns, as you're going around the table, so say it's my turn now, you've got one of 2 options. You can either discard one of your cards and draw from that deck.
It's called Lying Low.
Lying Low. Yeah, you can swap out because maybe that thing's too hard or whatever.
1 or more. You can discard both your cards.
Oh, okay. I actually never did that, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
The second thing you can do is... What's the official terminology, Eric?
Oh, I forgot.
I don't know.
Meet your guy.
You can
meet your person.
You can meet the person.
Yeah, meet the drop.
You basically say, I have Eric's character, and we're meeting at the newsstand.
Mm-hmm.
And
then I would flip over my card and be like, yeah, you are meeting me at the newsstand.
Yeah.
Because Eric has the newsstand card.
Right.
And the idea is we would exchange these cards hands, and they would end up being points. That's kind of like the thematic where I met you there, we exchanged our information, and now you put one of your cards in your hexagon player board. And the idea is you want to get 5 points.
Well, they're actually pentagons because 5.
You're right. So pentagons.
Yes.
But there is a couple of caveats. One, you cannot win unless you win by doing a drop, like a perfect drop with somebody else who also wins. Mm-hmm. They also have to get 5. So if I had 6 points and Eric had 4, if we did it, if we did the exchange, then I would have 7 and you would have 5. We would both win the game. Mm-hmm. But if I had 4 and I was going to 5 and you had 2 going to 3, I can't win even though I got 5. Right. You have to win with another person.
You have to win with another person, and you also have to win doing a drop, which is because there's another way to get points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the other way to get points, and the other thing that makes the tension to the game, is these binocular tokens. You get 3 of these, and this is a way you can call out somebody else's secret meeting.
Intercepts.
Yep. You spend one of these binocular tokens, you'd be like, Eric, I saw you winking over at George. And if you were right, they'll flip over the card to show that you were right, and you get to steal that card, and it becomes one of your points.
Right. And that's called a quick intercept. I think.
Because you can do something, you can do a double whammy. That's what I'm going to call it.
Full intercept.
The full intercept, the double whammy. In which case, I see that Eric's making this signaling towards George, but now I'm going to wait and bait George into seeing where he's pointing. And I can be like, wait, Eric, you need George to meet you at the fountain. And they're like, and they both flip over the cards. I got them both right. I steal both of those, and that's 2 points.
Yeah. Tremendous.
Can't win the game that way, but so
you can really mess with other people.
You can mess with the other people. Anyway, that's pretty much all the rules.
Yeah.
It's
simple.
It's awkward is what it is.
It is fantastic. It's so funny.
Yeah. I think it's funny, engaging.
As you're going around the table and you're trying to wink at somebody, but there's other people watching you and you have to be careful. And sometimes you'll just wink at someone that you're not supposed to be winking at just because you want someone to call you out and be wrong. You know?
Actually, I think there might be a thing in the game where you can't
really?
Yeah. Wink at other people and try to cause chaos.
Oh, really? I don't know if we actually ever did that now that you say that.
I think Sierra did it once.
It definitely went on.
I didn't go back to the rulebook, but I think there was something in the rulebook where you're not supposed to do that.
Okay, well, that's fair enough, but at the same time, it's still great fun.
Yeah, it is interestingly awkward having like other couples there and you're like winking at people.
Meet me over here.
Yeah. Hey. It's weird. And then you're like looking at your friends and you're like, I've never winked at you before, but I'm going to start winking at you. Yeah. It's, but you have to do winking because you can't point or do anything else. It's too obvious.
Now,
winking is so subtle.
Yeah. Exactly. We had a couple people that, maybe this is partly a downfall of the game, that have a trouble winking. but in the games, it is hilarious. We made them wink anyway. But
they're scratching up half their face.
Right. It's like so obvious. But it says in the game, in the rulebook, that if winking doesn't, go your fancy, you can do something else. A head nod or
Kissy
whatever
face.
else. Kissy face. Oh,
Kissy
next
face?
time.
Super awkward Shifty Eyed Spies.
Kissy face. I like it.
It's such a fun game.
Double eyebrows raised.
Yeah. Actually, Melissa can do that.
Yeah, you want to be subtle. So obviously, if you're not doing subtle things, you're probably going to get called out a lot and give free points away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it also, the weird thing is your strategy slightly changes depending on where you're sitting, who you're sitting next to, how the table is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you were kind of leaned back a little bit so you can see everybody.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It would probably work best at a circle table.
Sure.
But if you got like a weird, not big weird, oval. But even a big rectangle, I think that's problematic if you have a lot of people.
It didn't bother us.
Because if I'm like sitting super close to George, I'm like, just like staring George down.
That's what you have to do. You're like, Make eye contact with everybody.
I guess at that point I'll just shift out that card.
but the part of the gaming of the game is you start conversations with people, and if you're sitting right next to them, that's still a natural thing to do. Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
And then you're having this whole long conversation just so you can get to the point where no one else is looking at you anymore, and then you can wink.
Right.
That is true.
It's incredibly useful. And then, you can try to distract people, like
a game within the game.
Yeah, like, does the dog need to go out? And then
it's like,
everyone looks over at the dog and you're like winking at someone real quick.
Yeah.
It's
great. Man, it's a fun game.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's a really fun game. It's obviously a light party game.
Yeah, there's not a lot of strategic elements into it, but it is a fun game.
And it's short. It's a great, fun time. It's over, just right amount of time, 20 minutes.
20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Good stuff. Anything else you want to add, or is that pretty much it?
I'd pick it up again.
Great.
I'm assuming you're not getting rid of it.
No, I'll keep it.
I'm keeping my copy as well.
That's fair.
Do you have it?
I guess I'm going to find a copy of this. I don't want to be left out.
Right.
It's one of the games that came out at Target and can be found at Target, I believe, still. And
Probably so.
Probably one of the better ones that they have.
I agree.
That's fair. All right, well, that's Shifty Eyed Spies. Pretty much a unanimous, we recommend it. And the last game we have on this episode is Fire in the Library.
Designed by Tony Miller and John Prather. The artists are Katie Cow and Beth Sobel, and the publisher is Weird Giraffe Games.
So Fire in the Library is a push your luck style game where you're trying to draw cubes out of a bag and get as many points for saving these books out of a library that's on fire without busting, quote unquote, and ruining your turn and basically not getting any points.
And burning books.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't burn books. It's bad. So the way the game is kind of set up, I won't go over all the rules. Not that it's a very deep game, but the setup is there's 4 different cubes that you can get points for, and those are represented by the 4 different card stacks in the middle of the table. When they put those all together, it actually makes an entrance to a library artwork or whatever. Mm-hmm. But basically you have a purple, black, white, and yellow book stack.
And these are supposed to represent some,
types of books.
Types of books,
genres
yeah.
of books. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So black for black magic, because it's fantasy. I don't know. But it also has a value next to it. And so the stacks, you put them in a specific order. And as books get burnt, you remove the cards of the colors that burnt, so that stack actually increases in points. As you're drawing cubes at the beginning of the game, they're not as, you might get a purple, but it's not worth as much. But later on in the game, it might be triple that. So what you do, each player is going to get a turn order card. And, at the beginning, I believe that's random or something. And then throughout the game, it's point based. Whoever has the least amount of points, we get to pick which position they are, which card they get for, first, second, third, fourth, fifth place or whatever, or turn order. And they're going to get whoever's in first, or whoever has the first player card is going to start the round. They're going to get this bag and they're going to draw 1 cube out of it. And they're going to put it on this card. Now, this card usually has 5 spaces, and some of the spaces might have a fire icon. Otherwise, it might be blank. And what that represents is you bust your turn if you have 2 fire icons, either from fire cubes, which are red, or from the fire icons that are on your board. Oh, no, actually, if you just put a fire icon, fire cube on a fire icon, it counts as 2.
It's got a risky space.
Yeah, it's a risky space.
Yeah.
So you draw it, maybe you get a purple. Sweet. You draw it again, maybe you get a blue. Or there's no blue. But you get a yellow. Sweet. You draw it, maybe you get a fire. Well, that's your first fire. But if you're going first, you only have 1 free space. The rest are risky. So at that point, you would bust unless you had an equipment card, like a bucket of water that allowed you to keep going by dousing out one of the fire tokens or whatever. The risky spaces are mostly in the turn order as far as first, second, and third. And then fourth and fifth don't really have any. So it's kind of like that. But the offset is when you're going first, the spaces end up being worth more bonus points, which are heroic points, I think. I can't remember what the actual term is.
Right.
But you're being the hero going in first, so you get rewarded for pushing your luck even more.
For taking on that risk.
Because, for instance, the first player card has blank space, and then 4 spaces that are risky spaces. And at the bottom, it says the first space gives you an extra build or item icon if you stop there. But if you keep going, you get 2, 4, 6, and 8 bonus points. Whereas the fifth position they only get equipment for whenever they stop.
No bonus points at
No
all.
bonus points, but they don't have any risky spaces either.
So the only way they bust is if they draw 2 fire cubes,
Correct.
which is less likely.
Yeah.
Then 1.
Now, if you do bust, what happens is for every cube that you have on your mat, you're going to burn those books. So if I had a purple and 2 yellow and then I bust, 2 cards are going to come off the yellow stack, 1 off the purple stack. I get an equipment card. You always get one of those if you bust. There's a display out there. I believe it has 3, and then you have a stack, which you can top deck it if you want. Then you're going to pass the bag to the second player who will go and so on and so forth. And the game will end pretty much when one of the stacks gets down to the last card. And then the game ends and whoever has the most points is the winner. So, there's a lot of equipment cards and those are pretty significant in the game. So we'll bring them up as we're talking if we want to reference those. But essentially they're stuff like, get bonus points for this at the end of the game douse out the water, or you can get a shovel so you can draw, 2 and keep 1 or both, stuff like that.
Things that would be useful in a fire.
Yeah, like a shovel.
Or an axe.
An axe, yeah. So,
or a slingshot so you can throw fire over at somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're doing.
It's hilarious. It's fire in the library, but you're not working together to save the library.
Oh, no.
You're all out for yourselves.
It's basically looters in the library that's on fire.
It definitely is.
That's pretty much what it seems like. So what did y'all think about this?
I was very surprised.
I was too.
By this game.
I didn't go in with a lot of hope for it being a good game, but
it is a surprisingly well done game. I enjoyed it a lot.
I typically don't like drawing stuff out of bags and getting sand or whatever else.
What are you saying?
Well, no, I like.
He's making a Thebes reference there.
Right, yeah, I don't like drawing out bags where you get bad stuff.
Well,
Typically. But
I do.
in this instance, I did like the game.
Thieves is a great game.
Agreed.
We're
We're going to play it again and review it on this.
Presentation-wise, art-wise, it was pretty good. I did like the artwork on the cards where you pull off cards and you can see the flames coming up.
Yes.
I like that they had the game in a box. Also, typically...
It was like a book.
A book. Sorry,
Yeah.
not a box.
Which
all games should come in a box.
When you opened up,
tins.
when you opened up the book, the back side of the first the front thing is the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Right.
Clever. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. The bag, meh. It was like a very cheesy.
It was like a fire bag.
It was like the fabric that you get in Michael's on clearance during.
I don't remember too much about the bag, but
Yeah, it was like black and it had like weird, like the fire up and down fires all over it. You don't remember what it looked like?
I remember it was like red or flaming or whatever. I didn't think it was
bother me.
horrible.
It was fine.
No.
It was a bag. It's a bag.
I mean, I guess I would have much rather have like a bag that just had the fire in the library logo or
That would
something.
have been fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of holding
Look
fire.
at that. Look at that. It's a terrible looking bag. That fabric is meh.
I mean, it's odd. Yeah. It is. I give you that. The art is
it wasn't
unnecessary,
bad.
but it's fine.
I guess it's thematic because you're pulling the books out of that fire.
Oh, that's right. That's
There you
exactly
go.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
It could have had a cooler looking fire. Let's just put it that way.
Sure. It's like-
I'm nitpicking.
Yeah.
The game goes fast and it's always tense. You're always, the push your luck is so well done in this one.
Yeah. Also, the further you go into the game, the more fire cubes are going to be in the bag. So there's more chances further in the game that you're going to get fire.
That library is burning down.
Yeah, I forgot that as you burn books, some of the cards that you reveal as you're burning them will have a new fire icon. You have to add more to it. So it does make it
like that.
riskier.
It
Right,
speeds
aspect of
things
it.
up.
Right.
Things up and makes it riskier toward the end, which if you keep running back into a burning building, it's going to get
Yeah.
Right.
You know, one of the things I thought was really cool is the idea that sometimes you do want to go first and sometimes you want to go last.
and you get to choose.
And you
which
get to
is
choose.
fantastic.
Yeah, which is real. Well, unless you're first place the whole time.
Yeah,
No,
but if
you're
you
right.
are,
Yeah.
then don't complain.
Right. Yeah. You're first.
But even if you're in first place the whole time, you still get a random assortment of turns.
Yes.
I'm going first now. I'm third. Oh, this is weird. I'm going last. What is going on?
Yeah.
It was just pretty neat, because
The only thing bad about that is, as far as I remember, the game will end whether you get that last turn or not. Once that last book is
That's right.
is shown.
which is kind of neat just because you get to choose the turn order.
Right. So it's getting
So the
really
last
close.
player is probably not going to want to try to make it end on the last turn if they don't think they can get enough points to jump into first. You know what I'm saying? So they might not press their luck as hard. I don't know.
Not true.
Maybe leave that first player first place for the player in the lead. That way they can't go very far without pressing your luck, which could pay off really good for them. But at the same time, you have a quicker way to bust.
No, actually, you wouldn't want that because they would just bust it and they're already in the lead.
Oh, well, I get your point. But
there you go.
Yeah. But giving the person in the lead the first player card.
Don't want to do that.
No, throughout the game. Sometimes it's good, though.
Yes, throughout the game.
Not at the end of the game, right?
Because it is more risky.
Yeah, so you're making it more tempting for them to keep going and bust.
And busting. So you get that chance to catch up.
Yeah, I almost would not. I was in the lead quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I think.
Sickeningly lucky.
Yes, sickeningly lucky. Which actually, I was saying,
I didn't bust at all.
Downside about the game. It is, if you're a big time Euro, you like Euro type of games, maybe it's not for you. But, and it's because you're drawing out a bag. So
drawing out of the bag, press your luck, my type of game.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. But it goes fast enough that, you're not, there's a lot of luck in the game, but it's not a long
It's not
game
an hour or 2 hour game.
Right. Yeah.
So I can deal with it.
Yeah. I was really surprised. Even like a few rounds in, I was like, this is really cool.
I feel like you always have a chance. You always feel like you have a
you
shot.
always have a chance.
Yeah, but then you go and you're like, fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Fire again.
It's so demoralizing. The first token you pull out, fire. You got to be kidding me. I don't even have a chance.
Actually, with George, it happened a couple times.
I have a lot.
Yeah, first two, fire.
I had
You're
the
done.
opposite game that Tim did. Yeah. My luck was not in that night.
Which is really a testament to the game because George didn't really. He had a lot of turns, and I was like, he hates this game. So I'm very surprised that you thought it was a surprising game, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, I actually really liked it.
Which is actually really says a lot about you because a lot of people
like Papao. He was like, I hate that game because you
I
rolled
do.
really bad.
I had a very miserable time with Papao.
Right.
Well,
Anyway.
I was going to say that even if you get destroyed in the game and you still like it, that's a good unbiased way to view it. But now Eric just canceled it.
No, that stays true because, because he did poorly in Papao on rolling, and that's one of the reasons he didn't like it is because you can do so poorly, and it kind of affects your feelings about the game.
Well, in
how
that
you can
one,
play in the game.
Okay,
and that game is a longer game.
Let's talk a whole lot about Papao now.
All right.
No, but just quickly to go back, it is a much longer game. And in that one, if you're feeling out of the game, you are out of the game. Like you don't come back the way you do in Fire in the Library. So I think
that's true.
It's a very different experience.
Yeah, there is always a possibility for you to have that awesome turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're really far back in the back, just take first place or first, start player or whatever and just ham it.
And you just go for
bam,
it. Right.
Bam, bam. You get a bunch and you get 20 points.
Also, if you do really well in the later rounds when the books are worth more, because also at the beginning they're only worth like 2 points or 3 points. At the end, they're going to be worth 7 or 8 or 9 points or 10 points maybe. So.
Which also gives you that chance to come back at the end.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the things I did write down is I love the scoring in this game. The idea that as the books burn, they become more valuable. Mm-hmm. So you need to save the rest of them.
Yeah.
That's just a really cool concept. I don't know if you thought about that, but I mean, that's essentially what happens,
Sure.
There's only so many yellow books. If most of them are burnt, now they're like 8 points apiece.
They've become rare.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're rares, right.
I mean, they have the same amount in the bag still, but yes, they are worth more points.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Semantics, Eric. But
this is before the printing press.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's super cool. I really like this game. Actually, I will probably end up buying it or getting it somehow.
I would look to pick it up myself.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is a really good feeling. What was it? Recommend? 15 to 30 minutes. I'd say more like 35 or 40, but.
Well, we were playing with 5 people.
That's true. Right. And it plays up to 6.
Or maybe we were playing with 6. Were we playing with 6?
No, I think we played with 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the first game I've played by Weird Giraffe Games. They make other games such as Super Hack Override. The only other one I can picture any of y'all playing is Stellar Leap, but I still don't think. Have you played that?
No, I've not even heard of these.
Yeah, Dreams of Tomorrow, Big Easy Busking, Fire in the Library.
Huh.
I don't know. I haven't played any of the other games. I have heard of Stellar Leap because they've said some stuff about it in the board game groups on Facebook a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping an eye on this. If they're making games like this, fantastic.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
This was a Kickstarter game as well.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
Oh, awesome.
I believe so.
Or resident Kickstarter knowledge person. Right. I pretty much don't even look at Kickstarter now unless it's something we're going to put in the news.
I use it too much.
That's fair. No, I like it. I mean, it's good knowledge. And plus, I don't know. I wonder what kind of cool Kickstarter stuff they gave.
If any.
If any. Maybe not. Maybe no Kickstarter stuff.
That's good.
I would have been fine.
Right.
Or maybe it's not a Kickstarter. I can't remember for sure.
There we go.
But regardless, good game.
Yeah.
Yep, very good game. Anything else you want to add? Anyone?
Nope. I liked it.
Recommended.
Yep, good.
All right, that is Fire in the Library. Okay, so for the main meat topic,
The beat.
the meat of the episode. Anyway,
We got the beef.
you had to been here for previous episodes. I'm just telling you. We're going to talk about something that's going on in the board game world, and then we're going to kind of morph that into a couple of different things. But basically, we're talking about Tapestry. It's the new Stonemaier game coming out, and the controversy that it's causing. Not that this is the first time it's happened or the last time it will happen.
No,
but
probably not.
basically it's starting a lot of debates, a lot of forum posts where people are on one side with Stonemaier or against it. And, there's a lot of 1v10, rating wars on Board Game Geek where people are giving it 1s to offset the 10s.
And 10s offset the 1s.
Yeah.
And the war rages on.
None of these people have played the game.
Correct.
Which is
99% of them.
It's at least what the people rating it a 1 is saying. So anyway, if you're not familiar with it, basically Tapestry in most of the Stonemaier games, he puts a review embargo on his games. Eric, you
Is that a normal thing? I didn't know if it was just on this game or if you've done it previously.
Well, explain what it is.
Embargo, just on saying, here, I'm going to send you the game, review it, play it, but I don't want you to post any content about it. I don't want you to say or give out any information about it that I haven't given out previously. And I don't want you to review the game until this date.
Oh, I see.
So I want everybody to kind of review the game and put out content on and after a specific date.
And in this case, his time for the embargo to be lifted is the exact same time that the pre-orders began.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea behind it is,
I would assume that you would want it to come out a day or a couple of days beforehand, but I mean, he's a smart guy, so he probably knows what he's doing.
yeah, I mean, obviously he's smart. I mean, he's published some of the biggest players in the board game world in the past 10 years, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. He's got some tremendous titles.
Yeah, tremendous titles. Even if you don't like them, they're doing very well. And it's not because he has a bunch of fanboys. I mean, the games have some kind of clout because they're good games.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wingspan. I mean, it's a good game. It's all right. Like,
Terrific.
I don't even care for Scythe, but at the same time,
awesome.
I understand why Scythe is doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
The point is,
artwork, awesome. Game,
Euphoria. Euphoria is a great game.
Oh yeah. Components, again, awesome. What I remember about the game is it was pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he put out this review embargo. People didn't like it because they, for whatever their multitude of reasons, they don't like the review embargoes. They also think that it's kind of a way to pay reviewers for reviews. I argue against that, but I don't think he was giving them money. He just gave them a copy of the game in advance.
Right.
It wasn't final production copy, but it was mostly final. Like, for instance, I think it has like 18 pre-painted miniatures. I don't believe theirs came with pre-painted miniatures.
I think they were because I've already seen some videos and some of those videos are out.
But that's not unusual.
That's
to
not
send out
unusual,
games.
right.
How else can you get reviews? You have to send out games.
Right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And people are saying that they're being paid off to do these reviews and stuff.
That's crazy.
This is like, I hear this all the time for like Tom Vassell and the Dice Tower. You get games for free, so you're obligated to say good stuff. Look, I'll tell you this. Everyone I know in the reviewer land will destroy a game if necessary. If they're of bigger, like the Dice Tower, Game Boy Geek. I mean, even Rahdo.
Shut up and sit down.
Shut up and sit down. Well, actually, they're probably the worst at it. If they don't like something, they'll really, really destroy it for about 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. But the point is, like, maybe...
I'm pretty sure Rahdo has said that he doesn't review games that he doesn't like.
And that's fair. I mean, if he wants to do that, that's cool.
Most of the time you're getting games that you do like. Of course, if you're purchasing your own games, you're getting a lot of the games that you already know that you have a tendency to like, at least. So
yeah,
you might skew more on the side of liking games and not liking games in your reviews because that's what you're buying.
Right. Yeah. And the people making the games, follow certain reviewers and they know what they like, so they know that they should send games with critters to MeepleCore.
Right. Yeah. Because we got George here.
George.
And Matt
this address.
would agree if he were here today.
Matt's like, give me some deck builders. Well, for instance, let's kind of keep this on track though for Tapestry in general. And then we'll move on to kind of the craziness in the board game world, or like I'd like to talk about like some of the more elitist attitudes in the board game world and how I think it's detrimental, or debate if it is detrimental or whatever. Anyway, so the idea was he put up the review embargo to come out when the pre-orders launched, but a lot of people are saying, well, you don't give me enough time. Now I have to like quickly watch it and then go quickly pre-order.
Right. Which actually, yeah, that might be his, slink or.
Well, his stick.
Stick.
His slink?
I don't know.
Say, I'm getting more sick as this episode goes on.
That's true, yeah.
Wrap this up.
I like the word though. We should keep that for board game reviews in
Schlink.
particular. Your slink.
Schlink.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this game has about 25,000 copies in the first print run, which is basically 5 times as many as most games are printed.
Yeah. He's already got them printed on the way. I think they're supposed to be, shipped out in like 2 weeks or something.
Well, that's his reaction to Wingspan having been completely sold out for so long. He doesn't want to make that mistake again.
Well,
Right.
think in that he kind of did it on purpose to limit supply. And there's a whole
There's a
thing
conspiracy,
behind that,
but here's
right?
the thing. Board games don't make massive amounts of money. I will say, no, you might think $2 million on a product is a massive amount of money.
That's not a massive amount of money.
But it's not
Who
like,
says that's not a massive amount of money?
but it's not like 250 to 500 million that low grade video games make, or like
500 million
or 500 million that box office movies make. What I'm trying to say though is,
I mean, there's always comparisons, but yeah, a lot of money is still a lot of money.
25,000 copies of a game
Is a lot.
is not even a gold album.
I mean,
It's a
gold
CD.
album.
It's for CDs.
I mean,
No, but
Yeah.
for a game, how many games actually hit that number? Not that many.
right.
Not that
You
many.
got like Ticket to Ride and Catan.
Well,
and-
yes, some do.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, I'm trying to defend him by saying that most games are printing 2,000 to 5,000 copies, and they have a hard time selling 2,000 to 5,000 copies.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you don't get rich on.
Well, no,
just selling any
this
kind
is
of board
not what I'm
games,
saying. As he publishes more and more games, as he comes out with a new title, he has the investment into his company to provide a risk. So now he has 25,000 copies.
Right.
If this game really doesn't do that well, he loses a lot of money. And at this point, if a
Sure.
board game company loses a lot of money, they can literally go out of business. It's not like certain media companies where if they just do bad and they hire the wrong artist and it's like, man, they didn't sell that many albums, we just move on to the next person. You know, board game companies are putting a lot of stock and stake into the product that they're trying to deliver. So it makes sense. For instance, Wingspan,
There's a frog.
Wingspan, yeah, sure, he didn't have a lot of print at the beginning, but do you blame him?
Whether that was on purpose or not, I don't know. But
No, I don't blame him. That
Right.
game could have tanked.
It could have
Right.
tanked, and if it tanked and he had 25,000
It was about
copies and
birds, he
sold
was like,
8, what do you do?
right.
Sure.
Well, I mean, this stuff ends up at Ollie's. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like for $5.
You gotta clearance it out. Get
Okay.
some of your investment back.
So now
Right.
he's got a whole lot of copies of his next game. So remind me again, what is the issue? What's going on?
The issue is, I don't think that he's doing this in a malicious way to try to drive up demand.
So the problem that people have had is that he didn't have the reviews
Like Wingspan was like,
in time.
okay, so it's kind of two separate things.
I'm
I
just
kinda-
trying to understand the basic
Yes.
issue.
So for the review things, it was everybody just assumed he didn't have enough copies like Wingspan. And if they released the reviews at the same time as the pre-orders, all the copies could have been pre-ordered before I got done watching a review.
So you want to hurry up and get your
So I got to
pre-order
like quickly, so everyone's like, why don't you release the reviews like maybe a day before so I can already make my mind up before pre-orders go live and have a chance.
in. Oh, I got
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But I
that's
thought it would be, give people. I mean, it is open for like 4 days or something. It's not a big pre-order window either.
Yeah. But his defense on that was, and it's a pure business sense. The idea is if somebody gets excited, you only have a small window of time for them to be
To
like,
get 'em.
for them to be like, oh yeah, I'll pre-order. Let's click bam.
Right.
Because if they watch the review video a couple of days ahead of time, then when it comes around to it come out, maybe they forgot.
It's all FOMO.
Remember, like, yeah, right. It's
Right.
exactly. Eric's using a term that we have not used on this podcast, but it's appropriate.
Yes.
And so the idea is you hype somebody up right at the instance to click buy.
Right.
It's the impulse in most consumers.
Sure.
And that's probably what he's going for.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you think that's shady, you obviously do not own a business, period.
Right. He's implementing a lot of different business practices.
You're probably not going to own a business and do well if you don't agree with that.
He's a really smart guy. If you've seen some of his writings and
about Kickstarter, like doing the stuff.
Yeah, I've read a couple of his articles and stuff, and he knows what he's doing.
And it's interesting because I believe he had the article that talked about if you publish a game on Kickstarter, you need to charge 5 times the amount that the cost of the game is for you. So if it costs you $10 to make and ship the game and stuff, then you charge 50. And the reason is because if you don't charge enough, you don't have enough to come back with the profits to do a second print run and have profits.
Okay.
And so with having 5 times the amount, you have enough to do another print run of the same size, and you have equity in your company because you have a profit, basically.
But that's not unique to Kickstarter.
No, it's just unique to it's just business in general.
Sure.
But people are getting upset because people don't understand business. And I'm like, you got to understand business and the ideas of what's going on. You can't just say, well, it only cost you $10. Why don't you sell it for 15?
Sure.
Because it doesn't work that way.
Right.
This is a strange thing for people to get upset about.
People get upset about everything.
Yeah. I wouldn't say get upset about it, but I mean, it is your wallet. You decide what games you want to buy or don't buy. Yeah. If you don't agree on what he's doing or how he's doing it, I mean, you don't have to. You don't
have to pre-order.
Right. You don't have to pre-order.
Be patient.
You don't have to go on the forum and talk about them or whatever. Yeah. So, you do your thing.
You could look at this and compare it to something that Martin Wallace did a few years ago. He had on Kickstarter a pre-order. You buy 3 Martin Wallace games, and it was not, it was $150 or something. I don't know, right? I'm not sure exact price, but these were games he hadn't made yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you're just going with, it's Martin Wallace. I trust him as a designer.
Right. And a lot of people would do that.
And a lot of people did do it. It funded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way to back that up is too, Kickstarter is not a pre-order system. It's a way to fund a project to happen.
A pre-order system for a lot of companies.
No, people are using it as a pre-order system.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But that's not the intent of Kickstarter.
No, that is not the intent. But a lot of companies still use it today as a pre-order system.
But that doesn't make it nefarious. That's still fine.
Games.
No, it makes it great. It makes it fantastic as long as the consumer can get the normal product later. Sure. You get in the territory where you have Simon Games, Coleman, making games where there's no point in buying it after the fact because you lose out on like a 50th of the 50% of the game.
Yeah, that's true with all the Kickstarter extras that they throw in.
Right, but I don't mind a game being a pre-order and maybe you get like a metal standee for first player marker instead of the punch out. Something like that where it's like it incentivizes you to help fund the project.
Right.
So they don't have to have a lot of overhead in making the game.
You and sometimes like Bezier Games, they give you a promo or promo tiles, but then they also sell it at conventions or on their website.
Right, that stuff's true too. But my point is, if you're using it as a pre-order system, like George said, it's not nefarious.
Right.
No. It's just a way to where they can minimize the risk of printing a game that might be terrible.
And they know how much they have to order.
Right, and they
or at least that
exactly.
those people that already pre-ordered.
Yeah. Could you imagine a company like Wild Giraffe Games where they publish
Weird
Giraffe Games, where they publish Fire in the Library.
And they was like, we're going to make 25,000 copies because we really like the game.
Yeah, we really like the game. We think it's going to do well. No one knows you.
Right.
No one has heard of any of your games. Maybe that's let's just pretend it's their first game. Kickstarter is the way to go, and you can't really be mad at them for it because do you want to fork out $80,000 to print run a game and ship it from China? Exactly. I don't think people know. Anyway, so going back around though, one of the things that this whole Tapestry debacle has brought to the surface again is the whole ratings of 1 versus 10s on Board Game Geek. And as you read some of these comments people leave, I'm just going to read some of them. I'm not going to read the person's names, but they are in chronological order if you go and click on ones. So this guy puts, the hype around this game is irritating. Game is not released. Almost no one have played it.
Sick. It's their error.
Oh, fair enough. Please don't be stupid and don't give a high rating for games you haven't played. Every game rating starts at 0 or 1 unless you've played it.
I won't agree on 0 or 1 until you play it. I would just say not to rate it until you play it.
Yeah, just don't rate it. Just why would you rate it?
Yeah.
The game's not out yet.
Right. Don't rate it until the game's out. Correct. I agree. But I mean, some of these people have played it because they have review copies.
Right.
Don't be mad at them. There is a whole thread about that because somebody was really getting on him because you played like a pre-production copy or something, or the game's not like a reviewer copy. Well, I mean, dude, if the cardboard is 10 millimeters thick and
20 millimeters
instead of 20 millimeters thick, I don't think that I'm going to give it a 10 instead of an 8.
Right.
And you always reserve the ability to go back and review your rating and change it. I might think a game is a 10 the first time I play it. Later I come back and think, it's changed in my collection now. I'm going to give it an 8.5, or the other way around. It might go up later. Who cares?
I have like 11 games I've rated, and it was back in 2011. So mine is not accurate at all.
Same here.
Yeah.
I probably need to go in there and do some ratings, but
yeah. I'm very generous. I give a lot of 10s.
Some people put in here just to balance the 10s.
Right.
This is pointless, people.
Yeah.
It is.
Anyone else tired of anti-consumer business practices? Jamie melts down on businesses and drama. I have a couple shipping early, but I'm tired of Stonemaier Games acting like a butt about everything. I mean, if you're going to call him out on something and he retorts against you with business practices and stuff, is he really being a butt?
No, it's a.
I mean, you could be a jerk about it.
He's done some butt things.
Well, true, but I mean, is it warranted?
That I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know the whole story. No.
Right. It's probably not warranted because this person wants to complain and just and have their followers of the internet behind them.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's maybe store owners that have complained. Maybe publicly, and he's like, all right, I ain't selling to you anymore. Which, I guess he has that right to.
He does, yeah. Right. That's how business works.
Right.
Sure.
Don't burn your bridges of revenue. It's, I don't know. It's just silly. I agree ratings should be activated after game release. I like Stonemaier, but I think it's wrong marketing.
The person who says ratings should be activated after release is still giving it a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I like Stonemaier Games, but I think it's wrong marketing. I don't know. He didn't tell these people to rate this. You know what I'm saying? The other people have rated it. People who rated it 10 haven't even played the game. So what kind of marketing is this? Does he have an ad campaign out there saying, rate this game a 10, so when it comes out, I make a lot of money? No.
No, of course not.
I love this. Man, the one thing I don't like is most comments on Board Game Geek.
There's a lot of people on there that troll each other too. They're like, they peg out one specific person and they're like, oh, I'm going to give this a 1 because this person gave it a 10 and I don't like what they said.
And that is one thing I will get into in just a second that did happen. But, bye hype. You can't rate something a 1 because you don't like hype. Come on, man.
I
hope you people listen to this and try to call me out. I'm just saying. Bring it on.
Pandemic Legacy.
Bring it.
Hit number 1. People went on there, gave it a 1 because they were like, I don't like the game I don't like this game versus the one that it overthrew.
Here's one thing. I'm only rating I'm only rating, is this words? I'm only rating it a 1. I'm just making it up now.
I'm fixing it.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. I'm only rating it a 1 because Southern Fried GN said the best 4 games of all time are Stonemaier Games. She clearly works for their marketing department or a family member, and I think they're an idiot. They voted Monopoly, the most popular game of all time, a 1. So this is just to counteract their vote. I'll probably play it at some point once the 1v10 war is over and actually do an actual vote. Get a life, dude. If you do not have anything else to do with your life, you know what you could do? You can work at a charity, a food bank.
Do something productive.
You can do something productive. You know what? As a matter of fact, just open one of those Etsy shops online and sell other people's crap. It's just save your clicks for that stuff.
Sell Monopoly,
whatever. But I mean, the fact, who cares? If they think the best 4 games of all time are Stonemaier Games, you don't like their opinion. Move on to somebody else. Stop being such an activist on Board Game Geek and rating stuff a 1 against somebody else. That's stupid. I'm getting fired up now. Anyway, some people are saying cherry-picked reviewers on launch day, where independent reviews from, Shut Up and Sit Down, no pun included, whereas Tom Vassell. This is truly somebody who has not done their research. Tom actually said that he didn't want to do this in a Q&A, specifically because the game had a review, or had a date on the review embargo. It's not that it had a review embargo. Tom's fine with that because he might get a game and may not play it for, a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll come out with the game when he wants to. If he knows he can't release the review between up until September 4th, that's cool. Maybe he'll release it September 18th. But he doesn't want to review it and release it on September 4th at 4:39 p.m.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So he spoke about that. If you had that problem, ask the people.
I'm not sure if the embargo was like you have to post your review at a certain time. Maybe it was. Okay.
The pre-orders were at a specific time, and all the reviews launched at that time. And that's fine. I mean, whatever.
I think if you're getting the game and you're agreeing to that for getting the game or whatever, that's up to you.
The only problem people are complaining about is there might not be enough review or pre-order copies available once you get done watching the video. 25,000, there's plenty.
There's plenty, right?
They're freaking out over the Wingspan debacle. This is a different game.
Yeah, I think he has a limit of 2 or something.
That's fine,
so
but
you're gonna have a lot of people getting additional copies because they perceive that value to go up.
And guys, you don't need your board game right now.
And you know what? Here's a very good thing. This is unbiased to the degree that most of Stonemaier Games, I'm just kind of like, whatever. I like them. They're okay. They're not anywhere in my top 10. I can't think of one that I think is absolutely amazing. Like, I like Wingspan, but it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like so many other games better. I don't like Scythe. I think it's a great game. I would like to play it with the Fenris expansion because I think it's cool sounding. But at the same time, my point is, it's not like we're Stonemaier fanboys and we have all the Stonemaier games. I don't own a single one.
Oh.
I have Euphoria, which I like a great deal.
No, I would like to play that again.
And I have Wingspan, which I like just as well. But neither of them are top 10, even though they're in the top, let's say, 50. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I just think people need to chill out a little bit and use a little bit of common sense when they, go out with the pitchforks.
He also did Viticulture.
I take it back. I do own Viticulture. But that's a great game, though.
Right.
That is a fantastic game.
And see, I don't actually like that one as well as the other two I just mentioned. But
I would say I like that one over all the others.
Really, I'll say it's a good game. I did enjoy it, but just personal preference, I like Wingspan better.
Sure. Yeah. Of course, I mean...
That's critters.
It's really hard to, I think, mess up a worker placement. Because it follows the same formula. It's kind of like it's really hard to mess up a deck builder. It's just people get bored of them because there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to say Viticulture is like innovative as all get out, but it had a cool mechanism with the months and, what's going on and stuff. It's pretty neat. It's a good little change up on the worker placement. If you like wine, I guess it's better.
It is hard to mess up a worker placement. Although, see Oath of the Brotherhood. And with house rules, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like this. It's a Stonemaier, so it's going to suck. Most overrated designer in the history of board games. Tried 3 of his games, all were terrible, mainly posting a 1 for the worst customer service I've ever seen. He refused to replace clearly damaged game parts, told me it wasn't that bad, then published my private emails in a Board Game Geek forum.
He will do that, which I don't necessarily agree on.
That's not real cool.
Is it? We're calling people out on the podcast.
Well, I mean, we're not giving into names, doing screenshots, and all that
that's
stuff.
fair. That's fair. I mean, you can go find these probably pretty easily, but you're going to have to dig for it. I'm not trying to single any of these people out.
Right.
I have no beef against these people. I have a beef against ideology and mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this one, most overrated designer in the history of the board games, guess what? I guess he did design this, but he didn't design. I guess he designed everything besides Wingspan. Okay, maybe he's right. All right, cool. But I mean, most overrated. I mean, come on.
No.
Overrated? He's highly praised.
That's clearly Trevicek. No, I'm just I'm joking. That's a joke.
That's clearly Stefan Feld.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knizia.
No, I'm joking.
No, maybe he's overrated. But he's
some good ones.
He's really good.
Does,
but I mean, when you take a machine gun, like a Gatling gun of game designs, and spray them at the world,
you're gonna hit some good ones.
You're gonna have a lot of good ones too, right? Yeah. So anyway,
Richard Garfield.
What, Magic the Gathering?
I'm joking. It's fine.
Actually, somebody complained about Richard Garfield during the King of Tokyo release and basically called him a crap fest or whatever.
Really?
And I replied to that thread and was like, dude, look. And this kind of ties in with this stuff too. You might not like a guy for his designs. You might not like a guy for the games that he's created and the clout that he has behind him in the gaming world. But don't for a second think that he did not provide a massive amount of momentum to the board gaming world in the form of Magic the Gathering.
Oh my God.
You're an idiot if you think that Richard Garfield provided nothing for you. He paved a way for every CCG.
Bow down.
That's right.
Yeah, he's paved the way for every CCG out there.
Yeah.
How many Magic clones are there? Too many.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because it's a simple design. It does really well. I mean, it works pretty well.
And then secondarily, go play Bunny Kingdom.
Did he do that one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he did that.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He made Netrunner. That was pretty fantastic.
Robo Rally.
I mean, King of Tokyo, I mean, the stuff he's doing is making a huge impact in changing the way people look at stuff because a lot of people try to copy it. That's a form of flattery. It is.
Hive Mind.
What?
Fantastic game.
Oh, I didn't know. I was like, Hive Mind, what? It's an actual game, sure.
It's a party game
Oh, I
by
like
Richard
it.
Garfield.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, he designed it?
Yeah.
He did well.
anyway, just a
He can do it all.
couple more things here and then we'll move on from this. It just, I don't know, it just irritates me. I mean, I get the idea that people are just wanting to troll each other or whatever, but is this
I
really
think part
providing
of that-
anything?
That's what it is. It's like, oh, you like him? I don't like him. I want to troll you with ones.
It's actually
Or vice versa.
an interesting
No, this is a troll.
suggestion when they said, don't open the ratings until after the game is out. That's actually, why not do that?
Now, I agree with that, but at the same time, should Board Game Geek assume that responsibility?
I don't think it even changes it too much because it's just going to happen after the game's out.
Right. But I mean, what I'm saying is, should they have to go through and put some sort of timer on the releases, make sure that all the publishers are putting out correct release dates?
Yeah,
Right.
that's too much work.
Yeah, it's not their responsibility. It's all these people that we're calling out. It's your all's responsibility to appropriately rate the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
if you played it, not just what do you think about, the designer or what do you think about the company.
Yeah.
It's not for that. It's to
Right.
rate the game itself.
yeah. And honestly, I will say this. If you rate a game a 1 or a 10, and the caveat here is I do have a couple games rated at 10, but I have not went back and changed this in literally 10 years. But if you rate a game a 1 or a 10, you're not doing your due diligence. Excuse me.
I don't really agree on that.
I don't agree with that at all.
No, you're not doing your due diligence unless you've played this game a lot of times. There is so,
No.
first, I will hard argue that on ones. There is no game that just immediately deserves a 1.
I agree. I disagree on that too.
But
Like,
what game?
if you played a trash game, you don't have to play it more than once to be like, I gotta give it another try. If it's a 1 for you and it was like, it's broken and
No, okay,
it's
like-
not even a game.
Right.
You don't
Right.
have to be like, oh, we gotta give this, at least 3 or 4 plays before we can cement it as a 1.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. You can play it once and be like, oh my goodness, it blew me away. I know I want to play this all the time.
But here's
I
what
mean,
you're.
it might not always stay a 10 for you, and you might have,
Right. I think you should go back and change it. Absolutely.
I don't
but-
think a single person in the world can play Wingspan and rate it a 1. Period. No.
Right, as a 1 is not, as defined in Board Game Geek.
You may not
as a
like the game,
broken,
it's not
crappy
a
game
1.
or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
If you find a game that legit the rules are so bad you can't play it, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you can justify that. I think you need to be able to justify your rating.
Yeah.
10s are easy to justify because you're just excited.
Right.
If you have a desperate fear of birds and
Be like,
every
"Oh,
card
I hate birds."
triggers you.
Yes. Then maybe you shouldn't ever played it, and then you couldn't ever rate it a 1.
I don't know. I just think 1s are kind of a useless score and they should just wipe them out of every game pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, again, it's not Board Game Geek's responsibility for this. It's people, and maybe I'm speaking from a reviewer perspective. I can't think of a game that I've played that wasn't some crap that just they threw out there at Walmart that had bad rules and bad components and it fell apart when I opened the box. Or, any of the normal designer games that are coming out today, I have not ran into one that I would rate a 1.
Right now, everyone listening to this podcast is like yelling out some game that they
Right, it's
despise.
like, what about
But
this game?
this is a different thing. I hate Munchkin. I would rate it maybe a 5, maybe a 4. I wouldn't rate it a 1 because I hate it.
Right.
I understand that what it's doing and what its audience is did it meet its goal that it tried? Yeah, sure. I don't like the ending, and that's what really heavily impacts my score.
Right.
But I don't think it's a 1.
I agree.
Yeah, there aren't very many ones out there. I mean, there's Scythe and Viticulture.
And Tapestry.
Euphoria.
Tapestry, Euphoria. Pretty much all the Stonemaier games. Anyway.
Besides those.
Well, we're running out of time. We're just going to move on past this. It's just such a fascinating, idiotic controversy that's happening.
Yeah, cut it out, people.
Yeah, cut it out. Cut it out. Learn how to rate stuff better.
Don't rate things until they actually come out and you play them several times.
I agree with that. Play your games before you rate them.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to the last topic of this episode. If you want to hear us banter about the other topic more, email us. Tell us your thoughts. But this is our top 5 board games to play with 3 players. Now, I would assume you guys didn't just put 3-player only games on your list.
You would be incorrect.
Did you only put 3-player games?
Those are the
Yes.
best 3-player games.
No, actually, I didn't only put 3-player games, but I did put down games that were clearly designed with 3 players in mind.
That's fair. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe the game plays 1 to 5 or 2 to 5, but
No,
No.
the game plays
3 players.
The game plays either 2 or 3.
No.
mine's different. So let's go around this. George would start with you.
Actually, there are a couple. There are a couple on my list that don't follow that. But if I just made a list of games that played best at 3, but were played all these different counts, I'd just be picking my top 10 games. The top 5 games.
Well, no, I mean, like,
Because almost all games can play with 3 players, and it's fine. And if they're games that I love, then I'll pick those.
I think I pick games that specifically you can play with 3 players, but it's the best player count because of some kind of rules change or the way the game's played.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, just so you know, mine were sort of with 3 players in mind when the game was designed. So, for example, the first one that I have, number 5, is Beasts of Balance Battle.
Oh, yeah.
Because in that game, you have either air creatures or land creatures or sea creatures, and you're going up against the other 2. And it's this delightful dexterity game with a very
that's a pretty fun game.
interesting
I like that as
component.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's good with 2, though.
No, it is good with 2, of course, but it's
it's better
clearly
with 3.
designed for 3.
Right. I
That's
agree.
fair.
Yeah.
Awesome cards and components.
Yep. I really enjoy dexterity games. So.
All right, Eric, what's yours?
Number 5 for me is Smash Up. I played it with 2 and it's no good. Skip it. but at 3, I think it is much better. Any kind of area control game you do kind of want at least a third party.
For king-making purposes.
That's right. But even at 4 on this one, maybe the downtime is kind of lengthy. So I do like it at best at 3.
What was it again? I was typing mine out in the right order.
Smash Up.
Smash Up. No, that makes sense because, well, the only problem I feel like is if you're playing with 3 and somebody's doing bad, you can kind of gang up on them. That's
You don't want to gang up on the person that's doing bad. You want to gang up on the person that's doing good.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes that doesn't work out.
Not always.
Yeah, that can happen. You're right.
Yeah, I kind of like it more with 4. But it's
I
your
just
list.
Yeah.
My number 5 is this is the only game that you can only play with 3, and it's Chimera. And if you've ever played Teach-U, it's basically a 3-player Teach-U.
Yep.
On my short list.
The difference is that when you shuffle the cards and hand them out, somebody's going to get the Chimera card or whatever card it is, and they become the Chimera and play against the other 2 people. So for that round, even though you're only temporarily aligned with the other player.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Have you played it?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, I really like I think I have the Z-Man version, and they came out with another version. The art looked garbage.
Oh,
I did not like the...
I don't know why they do that.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Come
had
out with a
fantastic
second-
art.
Yeah.
Not that it had a lot of art, but the style.
Okay. Well, art is very subjective.
Yeah, I'll show you. Keep going.
Okay. I'll probably agree with you. All right. My number 4 is Greenland / Neanderthal because they're
I've been wanting to try Neanderthal.
yeah, it's a really clever Phil Eklund game, which means it's incredibly complicated. And it's one that is definitely best with 3 players. The original was, well, I think Neanderthal still is, but particularly in Greenland's case, the original Greenland was designed only for not only,
Oh.
but you had three tribes, the Thule and the Tunit and the Norse. And then they added a fourth tribe with the redo that they did on Kickstarter recently. Who are they? I've forgotten. But anyway, I've played
Not
it.
important.
It's not important. And it was designed for 3 players. And it's both of those games are games that are Phil Eklund games that I enjoy.
Cool. And it comes in a little bitty box, right?
Little bitty box.
That was actually
How can it hold all those rules?
right. A big game in a little bitty box.
Absolutely.
Number 4 for me is Splendor. I just kind of like the fast paced. I think it plays fine at 2, but I think this one is another one that's best at 3. So it gives you, time to strategize, and but it doesn't, it doesn't have too many players where you can't get the things that you need.
That's fair. I do like playing it with 4.
All my games.
And I like 2 players in Splendor, which is really weird.
Yeah.
I don't play a lot of 2-player games, but when I have played it 2 players, it's been really fun because it's almost like a chess match.
Yeah, and this one it's
And
not
it would
it's
be
not too
quick.
bad at 2.
Yeah.
I agree.
My next one.
Your list is wrong, Eric.
Oh,
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, my opinion's too. My number 4 is Fury of Dracula. Because
With 3?
with 3.
yeah.
Because there's 4. Well, in the I
this
think
one's higher
Fantasy
over mine.
Flight.
Maybe I'll interject a little bit.
We'll come back to this one.
All right. We'll come back to this one.
Oh, okay.
Eric's saying he has it.
Might be higher on his list. Okay.
It is.
All right. So my number 3 is a game called Koning van Siam, which is King of Siam. And
Oh, yes.
it was
Although-
redone.
I had this game.
It was redone as The King is Dead.
Yes, I haven't
And-
played the newer version, but I had the older one,
Oh,
which I
it's so
thought was only
good.
a 2-player game.
No, it's a 3-player game.
Yeah, it's 3. This is one of
That's
the only
right.
games I would rate a 1. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
What?
I-
This is so good.
No.
Oh,
It
this
might be
game
good.
is tremendous.
I had a very, very bad playthrough. So I'm very biased. I think it probably is a really good game.
We should try it.
Yes.
But
I mean, it's been years since I played it.
I'll tell you exactly
I
what.
remember it was really good.
The idea in the game where you have these factions that have power and you gain power with the factions by taking their cube into your possession. But in doing so, you take it off the board, which reduces the power of the faction that you've just gained more power in is amazing. So good.
Yeah.
I didn't know we played this twice in a row, which was really weird. And I won the first game.
There you go.
So
It's a quick playing thinky Euro.
yeah. And Eric, you won the second game.
All right. We got to play it. 3 of us. I'll win this.
We played 2 players the second time.
Okay.
And
So
that
it
was
does play 2.
that was back in
All right.
2014 October.
14. Yeah. 5 years ago.
Fantastic game.
Wow.
My number 3.
All right. Number 3 for me is Lewis and Clark. It's a great racing engine building game.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to that one.
Okay.
My number 3 is 5 Tribes.
Yes, we'll come back to that one.
I guess it's gonna be a very short list. We haven't done it like this before.
All right. So just going on. My number, what are we on? 2?
Yep.
Yeah. My number 2. Oh, this game. The Road to Canterbury is a game that
And we'll come back to this? No.
Yes.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
it can play 2 players, but it was definitely designed with 3 in mind. And this game is another quick playing, card-based, sort of Euro game, which is area control. And it has an amazing theme where you are, you're dealing with, petitioners, on the road to Canterbury. And so you're absolving them of their sins and you're selling them these indulgences, but then later on you're leading them into sin as well. So you can sell them more, which
Sounds awesome.
oh, it's so funny. It's so good. And in this game, the 7 deadly sins really are deadly. So if someone gets their 7th sin, they die. So you're causing their death at the same time that you're taking their money.
Wow. Road to Canterbury? That sounds awesome.
The Road to Canterbury, it's probably probably my favorite, 3-player
game.
specifically 3-player game. And designed by Alf Siegert. It's one of my first ones of his that I got and I love it to death.
Oh, sounds awesome.
So good.
Number
3?
3.
Did you just do 3?
I did 2.
2. Number 2, Eric.
Number 2.
Blast through this because we have a lot of ties, apparently.
Number 2. 5 Tribes. Going off Tim's there.
Yeah, my number 3.
It doesn't, it's not bad at 2. I actually don't mind it at 2, but at 3 it does, I believe, shine a little bit better. At 4, downtime is going to be too long. The game, state changes too much for you to, pick what you're going to do on your turn. So that's why I think it's best at 3.
I also think it's best at 3 specifically because the state of the board changes too much, and because 2 players is actually a different strategy altogether. Because each player gets 2 things,
double turns and whatnot,
and you can do double turns and
which I actually kind of like. But yeah,
it's more competitive. I think at 2, 3 players, it's more of a it's a different game. It's obviously the same game, but it feels like a different game because the strategy and what you can do is a little bit different. Because you can set up combos in a 2-player game,
right?
And you can't really do as much comboing in 3 or 4
because the board state would change so much.
Correct. Yeah, you can't just like move all these things and then now you piled up a bunch of greens and go set them off.
Bid for first player,
right? So my number 2 is Lords of Waterdeep. The reason I like this game mostly, excuse me.
Oh, somehow I had 6, but go ahead.
Sorry, being sick is terrible. Anyway, the reason I put Lords of Waterdeep is because the more players you have, the less agents you have, and the less you actually get to do.
Oh, I like to do stuff.
Right. And I think that I'm not a big fan. I mean, I like it at 2 players, but it's more of a game I would like to play with multiplayer. And I think 3 players is really good. 4 players is decent too, but 3 players is probably my favorite. And whenever we have 3 and I'm thinking of a game to play that's not the games that are higher, this is a good one to pick.
Yeah. I kind of like it better at 4.
Yep, that's fair. Troll. He's rated me a 1. All right, George.
Okay, so
honorable mentions.
Honorable mention. This one is the one that I put down that wasn't specifically designed with 3 players, but it's a game that I love a great deal, and I probably won't play it with more than 3 players. So 3 players is the best number for it, just because it takes so long to play. And it is Argent the Consortium, where it's very Harry Potter. You're moving around this worker placement college, and you're trying to win over the votes of various faculty members there so that you become the Argent, I guess.
Of the consortium?
Yeah. And you have these spells that you can cast, and you have all these resources that you're trying to get, and you can move into places in the shadow realm or the regular realm, and there's a lot going on, and there's just so much going on that on your turn it takes a long time to play the game, and with more than 3, I just won't do it. So this one makes the list because I love the game, love to play it, and that's the best count because I won't do more.
What you got, Eric? Honorable mentions.
Honorable mention. I'm going to kick over Splendor and I'm going to make it number 6 for honorable mention. My actual number 2 is going to be Le Havre. I think it's a great game. Another game I don't mind at 2, but I like it at 3. I like how the turn order has changed on how that works. There's also a lot of buildings to remember. So at 3, there's a lot to remember. There's a lot of buildings out. You can play on other people's buildings. I just think it plays best at 3.
That's fair. I have just a couple of honorable mentions. One is Final War. This is like a collectible card game-ish. It's actually not a good game if you break it down into what's happening. It's very unbalanced. It has that...
It's a 1.
It probably is
my only one.
It's got a lot of bad design as far as what's happening. It is incredibly fun, though, what's happening. And the base set actually is playable up to 3 players, and it's just so fun to play it with 3 people. Like, when we played it with 3 and stuff, like, it's really interesting because one person's doing really bad because the game is very lucky.
They got beat up by some random...
Yeah, the event deck is it's just a bunch of events, and when you flip it over, that's your card for the event, and it might be a bugbear army that attacks you. But then Eric goes and he flips over. It's like a merchant decides to give you 10,000 coins for free.
Yeah.
It's really bad in the design, but the actual game is fun. And then at the end of the event deck, basically you just beat the crap out of each other.
Then it's Final War.
Yeah, it's in the Final War. And typically if you're playing 2 players and one person gets really beat down because of the event deck, they're pretty much gone unless you dice them with the final combat rolls. But in a 3-player game, you can kind of like, help me out, duel up on the person and stuff. It's kind of neat. And the second game is very simple. And that's win, lose, banana. It's such a crap game, but it's hilarious.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, basically you just shuffle up 3 cards. You can do this at home with any 3 cards. It's a win card, a lose card, and a banana. Whoever has the banana flips it over, and the other people have to talk to them and say, I've got the win card. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you flip over the win and whoever has the banana. I don't remember.
Either way.
Yeah. It works out the same.
Right, yeah.
One person flips over the card, and the other 2 have to convince them.
By shouting.
By shouting.
Usually.
No, I've got the win card. No, I've got the no. Excuse me.
It's all,
or I'm the banana.
It's
whatever it is.
It's metagaming.
I'm so sick. I can't even think. It's a funny game that you can play with anything.
You play it several times in a row, and the person's like, "No, last time I told you I was a banana. No, and you didn't pick me, and you were wrong."
Because that logic makes no sense.
Yeah, the entire game makes no sense.
You're just arguing for the sake of arguing, and then you pick somebody based on how well you don't want them to hate you afterwards.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's hilarious. All right, so what's your number one?
Number one,
George,
for top 3-player game is This War of Mine. And that game is actually designed, and it says any number of people can play this game because, you just make decisions as a group as to which, as to what each character in the game does. But that's terrible. That really, the game always plays with 3 characters in this house. So if you play with 3 players, everyone has their character that they control, and that just feels so much better.
Well, right, because you might not agree with the decision, but they do it anyway.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the best way to play this game. Highly recommended. Fantastic storytelling game.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so deep.
I got it, just haven't played it.
Do you have it?
I do.
When did you get this?
I got it at Origins.
Oh, for Math Trade stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I so want to play this.
I got the Kickstarter stuff.
Because I played the video game.
All the expansions. Yeah, we should play.
You got all the expansions too?
Like, I really like the video game, and I wonder how much is directly translated.
Well.
The feeling is there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because it puts you in these really, do you want to shoot this 8-year-old in the face? Or
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah. It's very, like, both decisions suck.
Right. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right.
Which one do you want to do?
It's great. We'll play it.
What's your number one, Eric?
Number 1. Fury Dracula.
Yeah.
You can't play it 1 player. Doesn't make sense, right? Dracula always wins. But you can play it. You can play it 2. But we played it 2 before. I didn't end up liking it. One person plays Dracula. Mm-hmm. The other person would play 4 different characters, and it's just a lot to keep track of.
I would think with
they all
one player, Dracula would never win because you would just find him every time.
Well, it depends on which side you play.
You know where he is. Yeah. You always know where he is.
No.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Good. 5 players. Everybody gets 1 character because there's 4 investigators trying to find Dracula.
Yeah.
That kind of felt like you didn't have enough to do on your turn. At 2 players, 1 person plays 4 different characters, and that is way too much. Each character has their own hand of cards, so didn't end up liking that at all. So at 3 players, at 4 players, it's kind of weird. Somebody plays 2, other people play 1. Don't like that.
No.
But at 3 players, I think that's where it's best at. The 2 good guys, they play 2 characters each. So
okay.
Does it actually play?
Plays 1 to 5.
Does it play 5?
Mm-hmm.
I think 5. They're almost. Did you say 5?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, I was listening to Eric and everything said hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
In the coffin.
I can.
That's fair.
It makes sense. It's sort of the same reason that I chose This War of Mine, because it's that's the player count that makes the most sense.
Right.
Yeah. My number 1 is Lewis and Clark, which is a game Eric had on his list. And obvious reasons. As you're playing the game, everything that you do kind of matters on the badges that the player to your left and to your right have face up in front of them on the cards that they spent. And it just works really well to be able to interact with all the players of the game.
Absolutely.
And I think that is one of the games where you add another player and it dramatically increases the lead.
Time.
Absolutely.
And then
for
5
no reason.
is almost, I'm pretty sure it's 5.
It plays up to 5.
Yeah.
Never play it at 5.
No.
We did that. Oh my gosh.
So long.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite games, and 3 players this is the game when I think we have 3 people. What do we do? And I really wish we'd do this, and we never do. But we have so many new games that we're playing, so it's really hard to go back.
Oh, yeah. I'm so down to play that, though. I love that game.
Dude, it's so good. So good.
Well, one of the top games.
Only bad thing, ones look like 7s.
We talked about that, yeah.
How many 7s are in the game, though?
I don't know.
I haven't enough.
Yeah, there's so many 7s.
There are no 7s in the game.
They all look like 7s.
I think he's making a good point, but... So real quick before they end this, do you want to go over your short list of games? I have a couple I want to mention. They're not really honorable mentions, but they're just short list items.
Yeah, I'd like to go ahead. I made a list of 10 games. So
On the short list.
Yeah. So shall I just go through them all now?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. So I had, at number 10, I had a game called Pirate versus Pirate. I think you know that one. Which is like Ninja versus Ninja, but it's 3 players. You have 3, triangle shaped board with your pirates that run around and get gold and just kill each other by dice rolls. And it's just pure fun. And then my number 9, I have a game called Kryptos, which is a deduction game, made for 3 players as well. And you have cards and you're playing the cards out and trying to deduce what card is not in the game. So as you go along, you get more and more information. And it's just a simple, straight deduction game. My number 8, is a game called Guild Quest, which was, I think it showed up at, I don't know, maybe 2011 or something, Gen Con or something. And it was just, one booth and these French guys were selling this game and I don't think they sold very many of them.
You got the only copy.
I've never seen this game again ever. But it's actually a very fun game that is very much like Pixel Tactics, where you have an array of cards and the ones in front are, fighting like melee against the other people, and the ones in the back are, they're doing like spells and stuff like that. All the cards have different abilities that go off, and you're trying to get these points, and there's 3 players, and it's really, really good, and never seen it. Anyway.
Man, we should do like a top 5 almost hidden gem list.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, I've got, number 7 is Eggs of Ostrich, which is a card game, again, made for 3 players, where you have these bags that you go out and collect ostrich eggs with. And if you overload your bags, they're going to rip.
Oh, I dig it.
So it's kind of a bluffing, play your cards face down kind of game. You're going to go out and there's this many eggs available that day. So are you going to go? Are you going to try to get it? And if you do, and only 2 of you do it, you're going to divide that number of eggs by 2. And is that going to be too much for the bag that you used? But if all 3 of you go, it'll all fit. No problem.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. It's a little Japanese game, Eggs of Ostrich.
Is that an only for 3 players as well? Or is that
yes.
Okay.
3-player game. And then number 6 is a game. This was at Gen Con 2014. And this guy was selling them. I don't think this has ever shown up anywhere else.
Another one that you only have.
Called Bunny Money Gunny. And you have these bunnies that you play out into a row in front of 3 cards. And the cards are either gunning or they're money or they're, I don't know, bunny. Well, bunny card. And what happens is they each have an ability. And so the bunny card, if you're in the bunny card, you can move one of your bunnies in line from one position to a different line. And if you do the money card, you're going to get points. And if you get 5 points, you win the game. And the gunny, if you win the gunny card, then you shoot another bunny and just take them out. So, and this is a game that is so simple and, there's nothing to it. Made just for 3 players. I enjoy it so much. It came with 5 little meeples, and I've almost never bling out my games like personally, like making something for it.
Oh yeah.
But with this one, I got rid of the meeples and actually took little wooden blocks and painted little bunnies on them. And play with those. And I mean, I'm always going to keep this game. It's fantastic. Never seen it out there. Bunny Money Gunny. Cool. I think it's a print and play. You can download it. Great game. 3 players.
Bring it over.
Okay. And then, my honorable mention was it was honorable mention because it's not strictly a 3-player game, but it plays best with 3 players, I think. And it's called Lucky's Misadventures. It's a deck building game where in the game you have 3 means of instantly winning. And so if you have 3 players, one of you can go, for each of those and maybe win the game that way, but that hardly ever happens. Usually just win the game by running out of time.
Kind of reminds me of Innovation.
Okay.
Have you ever played that?
I have not.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's like an engine building game where you look at other people and they do stuff and you're like, you broke the game. And then you do stuff and you're like, I broke the game. It's like everyone's breaking the game.
Yeah, making your own rules.
Yeah, this is one that has great art. It's sort of a cross between Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz in a sort of, creepy kind of way. Yeah, it's a great deck builder.
Cool. Eric, did you have any on your short list you wanted to mention, or are you good?
I do not.
I just have 2. One is Mage Knight. I probably think the game is dramatically shorter with 2 players.
I was definitely better at 2.
It's definitely better at 2, but I don't like typically to commit that much time to a game when it's 2 players.
Only one other person.
Yeah, it's like, and it's mostly just the culture of our gaming group and what we do.
Yeah.
And so I feel like 3 players is a really good, amount of people, because anything past that, it's like 65 hours.
Oh, yeah.
But, and the other one is, the only reason I put it on my short list, because we haven't played it at 3, I just know I would like it best at 3, and that's Terraforming Mars. It was really good at 2 players.
It was good at 3 or 4. It's all the same amount of time.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
You said you haven't played it at 3. You just know you would like it best at 3.
Yeah, but just based on what's going on, because almost like the same amount of actions happen from start to finish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the more players divvy up those actions. And since I'm not a big player of 2-player games, 3 players gives you the most
Actions
amount of playing cards and doing
the
stuff.
most amount of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus, yeah.
So it's more of a logic
Okay.
than it is
Yeah.
I would probably still enjoy it. We played it at 5 and I really enjoyed it then. I liked it even more when we played with 2, but I just love having a 3rd or 4th player there.
Okay.
And I think I would just get to do more in the game with 3 players than in 4 players.
Well, I mean, I haven't played Tapestry at 3, but I'm sure I would like it best at 3.
Let's see if they already have that on there. What is that? Best was 0.
I'm gonna rate Tapestry as a 3-player game.
Yeah.
If you're watching this video, check out the other video about the Tapestry controversy and you'll get what I'm saying. It says best with none. And that's just because it hasn't been determined.
Right.
Well, fair.
It's always funny to look at Board Game Geek and it's like community says 1 to 3, but best with.
Yes.
And if it hasn't been voted that much, it's like best with none. This game sucks. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap this one up. Really apologize. I was so sick. I probably wouldn't be able to edit out most of my coughing, but I think I ducked enough to where it might get noise canceled out a little bit. But anyway, we want to thank you for tuning in to episode 82 of the MeepleCore Podcast. This episode was recorded on September 5th, 2019. Please send us questions and comments to meeplecore@gmail.com. Send us your flames of our Tapestry controversy at that same email address. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at MeepleCore. Check out the video versions of the show on YouTube /MeepleCore. Please, if you get a sec, go and give us a rating on iTunes or whatever podcast app that you use. It really helps get us in the lights of other people looking on those platforms for a podcast about board games or video games. So till next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple.
Eric Ledford and
George Breden.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.